got 3 open spots. So Rob said he was going to show up. I talked to him earlier today. Aldi usually saunters in eventually. So Rob said he was. And somebody's got their speakers on because I can hear my
You
voice.
can't mute the dang thing till you go live, so it takes a second.
Oh, okay, I got you. But anyway, how are you doing, guys?
I am fantastic.
Yeah?
Fantastic.
Oh, I just got an email from Richard Ham. No can do tonight. He must be getting some bomb chicka wow wow time or something. Good for him, and good for him. Let's be fair. If he couldn't find something better to do than this, then I would be really sad. Okay, so like Tuesday was a big drop for Kickstarter stuff though. Did anybody back Destinies? I'm trying to decide if I want to back it or not.
No,
it looks super cool. It looks super cool.
I sadly had to cancel my pledge for Shark Nerdopoly because it's not going to fund it. It's only got like 2 days left. It's only got like $700 out of like 28,000. So I had hopes that may squeak by, but
why would you just cancel? Why would you just let it ride?
Because then it sticks in because there's no way to delete those. It just clogs up your unsuccessful pledges thing to the point where you just have more shit to scroll through. And that's the sad part. Like if there was a way to just click and delete that history, I would just keep it and not worry about it. But because you can't, and it just piles up at the bottom of your things, all these unsuccessful pledges, then it's just easier to cancel so that your list stays small.
Fair enough. Yeah. So, and then Cool Me or Not launched something today. This kind of came out of nowhere, like a.
Oh yeah. So basically,
is this the clear out the shelves?
So basically, we changed our policy a while back that it used to be where we didn't have a deadline for like if you late confirmed your pledge like 3 years later, we had the stuff sitting in a warehouse somewhere, but because warehouse space now got shrunk down due with the Asmodee deal, they took over a lot of our distribution, so we didn't need as large warehouse anymore. We had to clear out all of the old Kickstarter stuff that's been sitting in the hopper for years and years. So we changed the policy now that like you have like 60 days or something like that after fulfillment is done to complete your pledge, or it gets kicked out and canceled and we refund your money, and then we move those extra pledges. So the last 3 or 4 campaigns, we still had leftover stuff from unfulfilled pledges. They've all passed the deadline for claiming. So we took all those extra pledges and decided to redo it in kind of a smorgasbord style where we put those pledges in there and put them in with the quantities we could fulfill and are going to clear out basically everything, all the old stuff that's left in our warehouse, which is great because it gets rid of a lot of old stuff for us, and it gets people that miss those campaigns an opportunity to jump in and grab stuff they may have missed. Rising Sun, there was like a few hundred Rising Sun pledges, which sold out instantly. There was some more hate pledges that people were able to get. Green Horde. I mean, it was just a smorgasbord of stuff that we needed to get rid of. So it was kind of a good thing. I mean, it went, a lot of those pledges went quick. So, and there'll be some more leftovers even after the pledges are over. Some of that stuff we didn't have full pledges, but there'll be partials that people can go in to the pledge manager with just $1 backing and see what's left over and scrape up pieces that they may be missing.
Scrape up pieces. You speak so highly of your own product.
Well, it's just sometimes people don't back the whole thing because of money reasons, and now they can go back and get the 1 or 2 items they may have not pledged for in Rising Sun, or like if you didn't get the playmat and then all of a sudden saw your friends and saw, oh my God, that playmat's gorgeous, I should have backed it. Well, now if there's a few left after those pledges are done, you can go in and just get a playmat and maybe a couple items from Green Horde that you didn't back and just kind of ad hoc a pledge together. So yeah, I think it's a cool idea. It's interesting to see something like this because I think this is the first time anyone's done anything like that. So we're constantly trying to push the envelope and try new things. And if it didn't work and it fizzled, then we'd have learned a lesson and moved on. But it seems to be pretty well done, and it's still performing real well. So the next time we get 3 or 4 campaigns worth of stuff with leftovers, we'll probably do another one just as a good way to get rid of old inventory and give people second chances that missed out.
So it's so weird because, like, I mean, this is one of those things where it's like you wonder, because Kickstarter is like, oh, you can't use Kickstarter as a place to sell things, right? But I mean, other companies have done the same thing. It's like, oh, we've got these games sitting in our warehouse.
People do reruns of old Kickstarters. I mean, look, Joan of Arc is redoing their whole Kickstarter again, like in a few days. You had Batman that did the season 2 and had all the leftovers of season 1 left. This is basically just a campaign of, hey, this is all stuff that people bailed out on that didn't pay their, complete their transactions or canceled their pledges. So it was Kickstarter exclusive, a lot of the items. So we're going to put it back on Kickstarter and give people a chance that wanted it, they couldn't get it, a chance to get it. So
don't you take some of that stuff to conventions and sell it, or no?
No, some of the promos for like the older stuff, like the original Zombicide stuff we did for a while and Arcadia Quest, but the newer stuff, no, we, because, initially we only print a small amount over what our order is for damages and for parts replacements and stuff like that. And usually we don't have this kind of mass amounts of stuff, but it seems like in more recent years, you get more and more pledges that either people don't pay their shipping or they back out at the last minute, or it gets returned because they moved and never gave us a new address and have dropped off the face of the earth and we can't get a hold of them. It just seems like more and more you're getting more people impulse buying and then forgetting about it, not ever updating their pledge manager or anything like that. So we're getting more pledges left over than we had in years past. So that's why you'll start probably seeing more of this type of thing happen. And I'm sure other people will do it too. I'm sure other publishers are like, wow, that really worked. I've got 4 Kickstarters worth of, product here that I could probably scrape together 200 or 300 pledges of each one and throw it into a mass Kickstarter and just go and clear out your warehouse. So.
Well, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. There you go.
There you go.
Anybody play anything new?
No, I've been in full hobby mode this last month. I've been building terrain for Marvel Crisis Protocol at an epic rate. You can actually see some of it if you like. I posted images of it in the BGG Marvel Crisis Protocol page. So if you go to Marvel Crisis Protocol on BGG and you click the images, you will see a bunch of terrain that I'm starting to build from model train O-scale stuff under the username Megalodon360. And feel free to throw a thumbs up on some of that stuff.
Yeah.
Or say it sucks. I don't care either way.
Oh.
I'm not the best terrain builder or painter, so it is what it is. But I think it looks good, and on the board, on the table, it looks pretty awesome. So when the game comes out, I'll have an entire city of Midtown Manhattan in a park ready to go.
Have you ever checked out that YouTube channel, Black Magic Craft?
No, I have not. Is it terrain building?
Yeah, it's terrain building. The guy's pretty intense.
Yeah.
And has lots of like hints and ideas and what have yous. So
is it entry level or more advanced techniques? Like, does he teach you how to build it, or does he just show off what he can do?
Yep, he has like tutorials for real basic stuff on up. So, and yeah, he's pretty good at what he does, and he kind of like will go through all the stuff and like good. He has good. He's good and he's good in it. No, he has.
Ready room.
What?
Ready room.
Yes, I know.
Oh, okay.
I sent them both messages. I need to know that they got the message. And,
okay, gotcha.
Yeah, and before I let them in. So.
I wonder why anybody shows up for this.
What was I thinking?
You're talking about the terrain guy.
Oh yeah, the train guy. So, like the stuff that you're building, are you like really going from scratch? Like you're taking like the MDF board and building it up, and then
no, I'm buying kits. So I'm going to train hobby stores or online train hobby store sellers and buying the model kits to build houses and terrain pieces that usually would be in the background of like a O-scale train setup. and they all come unpainted, unassembled. So you have to do some carving and cutting and priming and painting. So I'm not building from scratch, but I'm taking the bare bones kits, which are really cheap. They're like $15 to $30 depending on the size of the building, and then building them and painting them myself. You can buy all the stuff pre-assembled, pre-painted, but it's like $80 to $110 a building, and you can get the same quality buildings for like 10 to, or 20 to $30 just unassembled, unpainted, and with some of the bells and whistles. The pre-assembled stuff has like little bushes outside, and they've got all kinds of like LED lights and stuff like that. So it's a lot nicer, but it's just way too expensive. To build a city would cost me like $700-800 with the pre-painted stuff. I can build that same thing for like $150 with the unpainted. I just got to do more work.
Seven bills, huh?
Yeah, because you want to put at least 5 or 6 buildings plus all the other stuff and the mat or board to build it on. So yeah, those pre-painted buildings are super expensive. Plus, you can't really customize them too much. Whereas with mine, I was able to print out cool stuff off the internet and turn it into graffiti and people inside the windows and stuff. So I was able to customize a lot of that with the pre-built stuff. It's all assembled, so you can't like putting custom people inside the buildings, inside the windows, or you don't really want to mess with the walls too much because then you will never be able to resell it.
So I donated my Ultimate Gaming table to my Warhammer store with the understanding that I can get it back at some point if I want.
Really? All that time waiting for it, and you don't even have it now?
It's just too big. It's way too big for the space that I got. I gotta redo this room. Basically, the walls behind me, like that jumbled mass of games that you can see above my head. I have to. I'm gonna my plan is to replace all the stuff except for like 2 really good bookcases I have, which I'll keep for my D&D stuff. My plan is to replace that all with Calyx shelves, and then redo the entire basement this winter, and just slowly but surely like get rid of like the crummy stuff that I have, and then really have a dedicated space, and then find a table, either because right now both sides of the room are too close, and the Ultimate Gaming table, it's like it's just probably 1.5 feet too wide for the space.
Is it a 4x6?
It's yeah, exactly. So it's just yeah, but the 4 feet extra is like is there's another like 9 inches on either side because of the lip, right? So I just set up one of my card tables that I have, a good card table, and I put my mat on it to do my filming, and that's what I'll use right now until I can. I have actually, because this is like the family room that I'm in. Like I'm trying to figure out a way. I got a buddy who says that we can put up like kind of like a temporary wall, even with a door, so I can actually have it closed off, and I can soundproof the walls a little bit, so I can cut down the echo. Mm-hmm. And then so it's all plans, right? And then plus get rid of another 200-300 games or so, hopefully. I sold and traded off probably about 25-30 in the last couple weeks.
So. I just dumped like 112 games today. It felt so good.
At your game store or whatever?
No, not even. So I'm friends with a couple people that do some board game reviews locally, and I'm not gonna say who they are because I don't want to. I don't know if they want to be known about for this or not. But so basically, they are trying to build up a board game library to take to like events and library type game days in schools and mini cons in the Greenville, North Carolina, South Carolina area. So I told them, I said, well, hey, look, I got a ton of games. I've been trying to sell them, but it's so slow and all the shipping, it's just a pain in the ass. So I said, there are 3 or 4 games that I missed on either Kickstarter or just games that aren't out yet that I would love to get if you've got review copies of them, I'll trade you like this whole pile of games for like 3 or 4 games. That way I get rid of stuff, make some room, get a few key games that I really want. And they were like, that sounds great because they need bulk games. So they came over, looked at my entire collection, and I was able to trade it for a copy of Joan of Arc, full Kickstarter of Joan of Arc, and like 3 or 4 other games that are coming out at like Essen or past Essen that they already got review copies of, that once they're done with the review, they'll just give me. So it worked out super great. So I got my Joan of Arc now, which takes up like half a table. I gotta put it away. And I'm going to get like, the Days of Wonder game, Blue, Deep Blue, and like 2 or 3 other games that I want. And I got rid of like 8 boxes of games, which felt fantastic. So
Anything you think you'll miss?
no, like majority of the games, while there was still good stuff in there, a majority of the games are games that I either played a bunch of times, but I found something I like better, or just games that don't really scratch the itch anymore. So a lot of them, there's even some that are in shrink that I never played, but because I've had them for 2+ years and I just never brought it to the table, it just didn't feel like I needed to keep it. I mean, if I didn't even bother to take it out of shrink after 2 years, then obviously it wasn't important enough for me to keep. So I loaded them up, and I definitely over traded. Like they were like, "Wow, this is too much." I'm like, "Nah, just take it. It's to help your library. It helps me get rid of a bunch of stuff. I'm gonna get some pretty good stuff in return for it. On a probably 1 per 20 basis for the amount of games I traded and what I'm getting back, but it was way worth it for me." So.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like, sometimes I like look and I'm like, oh, hey, look, there's the Gallerist. They like a really, really good game by Vidal Lacerda. When am I going to play that again? But then
I'm doing the same thing. I got 4 games that I didn't give them that are probably high dollar games that I'll probably sell. But like I've got StarCraft with expansion with insert. Never going to play that game again. But I got it and I loved the video game. And so I bought the board game and I bought the expansion, which is super hard to find. I got Rum and Bones season 1 and 2 plus the upgrade kit. It's 4 Calyx cubes full of shit. I love the game, but I just don't ever get to play it. And it's taking up 4 Calyx cubes. I could fit a dozen games in those Calyx cubes. Now that's probably going to end up going at some point, and I hate it because it's such a good game and I enjoy it. But if you don't have people that want to play it, like I'm holding on to Armada and I'm holding on to Imperial Assault because I love Star Wars, but no one ever wants to play those games. They only want to play Rebellion or Outer Rim or Legion. So eventually probably end up getting rid of those too. I mean, I just don't know.
Somebody said, and I agree with this, is that that it has become that buying and acquiring board games is a hobby that is completely separate from playing board games. And in a lot of ways, I think that's like any game that any hobby that has to do with collections or like collecting things. Like I know people that have, thousands of vinyl records, and they it's like, oh, I haven't listened to 3/4 of these, but they want to own it. We just have the misfortune of the things that we like as much as we do take up so much space.
Well, in our position too, which is a little different from your average user, we also get a lot of free shit. So a lot of those sealed games that I got rid of, I didn't really buy. I mean, every show I go to, I usually come home with a suitcase or 2 full of games. Some of them I bought. Some of them I've traded with stuff from that I get at discount. So it's buying it, but it's buying it really cheap. I mean, or some of it just friends in the industry are like, hey, man, we're giving this copy out. Like at the last trade show I was at, they were giving out copies of Ecos, and they had a whole stack of them. And after they gave all of them away, they still had like 15 of them left. So he started giving some to other people that were there that were just thought would like the game. So I got a copy of Ecos. I mean, I won't trade that. That game is great. But I mean, stuff like that happens all the time, I mean, you go to especially at the trade shows, because most of the publishers don't want to go back with any of their booth. They're there to give it away. And if some of their games don't go away by Sunday, they start walking around to other publishers saying, hey, do you want this? You want this? You want this? So, I mean, I mean, if I just strictly went on buying, I wouldn't have this gluttony of extra games. But I mean, I just flushed my entire back room is empty now, so I can reorganize it in preparation for the couple big games I got coming. So on Kickstarter and not on Kickstarter, I've got 2 or 3 big games that are going to take up a lot of space, and I've got enough room for all of them, plus probably next year's releases, which is fantastic.
Yeah. So I was thinking about this the other day. I was like looking at my games, and I was thinking about my because I'm actually a few of my friends are coming over Friday night for a board game night, for the first time in a while. So I was sitting there and I was looking at games, and I was thinking about games that I just really, really love, that I'll still play almost anytime somebody asks. And one of them is without a doubt Battlestar Galactica. It's if I ever said I have a number one game, that's my number one game. I've had the most fun playing that game out of any other game I've ever played. I had maybe 2 sessions where it was okay, but every other session has just been fantastic. But regardless. So, but of course, because of the fact that you need to have the rights to, getting the rights to that game, the old series and everything else. I mean, and plus the fact that all of the art, used pictures of the actors and things like that. So, I mean, that's a huge stumbling block. I mean, as just a frame of reference that may or may not have anything to do with it. Everybody always wondered for the longest time. Everybody wondered, well, why isn't the Wonder Years why isn't that on Netflix or anything like that? It's because they used all those old songs from the classic rock songs, right? And the rights to use those songs have long since expired, and so that's one of the reasons why you're not. And I think finally they figured something out, or they've been able to bring it back a little bit. But I mean, that's one of those things. But anyway, so if you can just imagine, in some cases the people that played the parts, they're not even alive anymore. So I mean, Tom Zarek, he passed away 5 years ago, or I think it was. But you think that you go there and it's just you could easily reprint that just by using generic art. You can put people that look like those characters, or you could just come up with you'd have to do. But I mean, I always wonder, it's who that would be if and somebody's got to be thinking about it. But I mean, with the Dune reprint coming up, right now, I think it just came out today. I think was the day that it got released by Gale Force 9, or maybe it's late. Maybe it's later this week. I don't know. I don't remember. But I'm sitting there. I'm thinking about this. It's that's $1 million Kickstarter right there. If you reprinted Battlestar Galactica with all of the expansion stuff, and then actually made instead of upgraded the miniatures, did the whole thing. I mean, and the thing is that game worked really well. I mean, it was you wouldn't have to go full bore, overblown, or anything like that. But you could that would easily be $1 million. And it's just but who owns the rights? I mean, you have to. It would be somebody. It would be Sci-Fi, maybe, and obviously Fantasy Flight, because it was an in-house design. But yeah, hopefully somewhere out there somebody hears this and then goes out and decides that they'll. Hey, yeah, that is a good idea, because you'd have to think, because I think it was who designed it. I'm trying to remember the name of the designer without looking it up. But it was an in-house designer.
Knizia?
No, it wasn't Knizia. When did-
Yeah, the Corey. What the hell? He did.
Corey Konecka.
Konecka, yeah. So,
They're coming out with another Battlestar Galactica series soon. So,
oh yeah,
right up in
well,
Roy.
maybe they'll re-release everything then. But even then, they'd have to probably, talk to. Well, it's Sci-Fi probably like Sci-Fi as I call it now. The Sci-Fi Channel probably owns the rights to the TV show and the likenesses, in perpetuity. One of those things. They just have to make sure they pay, the actors for their likenesses. Like whatever, stipend that they deserve for it. Yeah, that was like, I was trying to think of like great games that can't be reprinted because it's just like the whole thing. It's like if a game is good enough, it gets reprinted, but there's got to be one. I mean, everybody thought Dune would never get reprinted, but
it makes me wonder if they'll reprint now that FFG has the Marvel license, Marvel Heroes. Remember that old?
That was a really bad game. I mean,
no, it wasn't.
No, it was. It was. You have rose-colored glasses.
I still have my copy. I played it last year. It's not a bad game.
It's not. It's not great. I'll say that. I mean, I remember I owned it once, traded it for I don't even know what it was because it was out of print, and then I found another copy that I bought, and then played it again. I was like, why did I get this? Because it was like one of those things like, oh, why did I trade it away? I can't get it back. Then I played it again. I was like, yeah, this isn't good. And then I was able to like sell that copy for like, $150 or something like, to somebody who.
Yeah, it's expensive now. It's like $200-$300 to get a newish copy. Queen's Gambit's another one that comes to mind that they'll never reprint. Well, even though there's plenty of companies that have the license because Hasbro was the one who built that game. So.
Well,
Avalon Hill / Hasbro.
They kind of came out with like the likeness of it or whatever with whatchamadick. I forget that other Star Wars game. Like, I don't know. But I mean, it's just like there's some games that like I never thought Bust would get reprinted, but now Capstone's redoing that, and yeah, I mean, it's kind of.
Keith ever answer you?
Oh, he's going to bed. He said he was tired. And he had a bad week, so he's just going to go to sleep.
Anthony's in chat. Did he ever respond?
No, he never did.
Anthony, check your messages.
And then he left, so I don't know. Whatever. And then Alden is getting something done with S and stuff, and then he's going to log in.
Okay.
But other than that,
have you played your fantasy football yet?
No, I haven't. I opened it though. Took a look at it.
Yeah, I got mine all punched and ready to play, but I've been in full terrain building mode, so I haven't. Anthony says you need to check your messages.
Well, you can tell Anthony I don't have any messages from him, so that's great. We can play that game.
Just send him the link.
He already has the link.
Yeah. I was thinking of Richard not being on YouTube, Facebook.
Oh, if the White Sox can hold on, the Minnesota Twins win the AL Central.
Indeed.
So they can lose to the Yankees.
Yep, pretty much. From what it looks like, it's going to be Yankees Astros. Is that correct? From what I'm seeing, looks like those are the two best teams.
No, any team, right, or whatever, blah 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 blah. You never know. Could pull off the miracle win, or multiple miracle wins.
Yeah, I suppose.
Could happen.
I won't hold my breath, but yes.
Pork rinds are god awful. Just saying.
Why are you eating pork rinds?
I'm on keto.
You're doing keto again? Good for you.
I started about 2 weeks ago. I've lost 14 pounds so far.
Attaboy. Good stuff.
But it's garbage. Like the snacks are garbage.
Yeah. I never
pork rinds, pecans, and a lot of Atkins snacks that have less than 1 gram. It's not very, very fulfilling.
Almonds. Almonds are good.
Yeah.
Ice cream was my downfall on that one.
You can get keto ice cream. My wife eats it.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out. I heard it tastes like gas.
Yeah, it's all them. Jen bought that Halo or something. She's seen commercials on it. It's supposed to be adult ice cream and so many calories. It's fucking ice milk.
The only good thing about keto is I get to eat all the bacon, eggs, and cheese I can eat, which is fabulous. But that's about the only meal I enjoy. Maybe cheeseburgers without the bun, but yeah, it's rough go. I'm hoping I can stick it out long enough to get down to a reasonable weight.
I was on it. I lost a good bit of weight, but I just couldn't stay on it. I actually was talking to Jen about going vegan completely, just getting rid of meat altogether.
Well, I hear it's actually not healthy to stay on it long term. It's good for like 6 months or so, but any more than that, it's not good for you.
Well, depends on who you talk to. So
right,
it's like there's for every doctor that says it's fine, there's another doctor that says it isn't. So, but I talked to a doctor. He's done straight keto for like almost 6 years. He says there's nothing negative about it.
6 years staying under 20 grams of carbs for 6 years. I mean, you can't even eat like a teaspoon of mashed potatoes and stay under 20 grams. I don't know how in the hell he does it. I can do it for a few months. I did it last year for a few months, but after like 4 or 5 months, man, I gotta have some of those potatoes or mac and cheese or something. I'm freaking go crazy.
Oh, that brings me to my grievance.
Oh, what's your grievance?
Jen brought home these better than meat, something like that. It says it's a veggie burger.
The Impossible Burger from Burger King?
It's the other one. It's something you get at the house in this food markets. About better than meat or something beyond meat.
Better than beef.
That's it, yeah. So I was reading the label, and there's not one fucking vegetable in it. It's all chemicals or dehydrated,
Oh, God.
Shit. I'm like, this can't be.
It may not have any carbs, but it'll probably kill you with something else.
Yeah.
Hey, Pete. Are you eating like regular barbecued pork rinds? Do you like spicy stuff?
I to a certain extent. I mean, I have acid reflux, so I try to stay away from super spicy stuff. But if it's like a mild spicy, then yes. If it's like burn your mouth, you need to drink water spicy, then no.
All right, there's a brand of pork rinds. They sell them around here. I don't know if they're selling them anywhere else. I'll find out. But they do small batch pork rinds. Nope.
Okay, that's the only other one I got.
So pretty much like they do it four different batches a year, and like they have like dill pickle. They have some really weird ones with fruit, but they have one that they have here often, and it's kimchi Korean barbecue.
Huh. Interesting.
And that's what I hate pork rinds, and I actually love those.
I can never eat kimchi. I can never get past the smell.
I saw your picture with your lovely daughter. You look really skinny there, buddy.
Thank you, buddy.
Yeah, good for you.
That was a few months ago. I put a few pounds back on.
I was gonna ask you.
He's gonna call you out. Say, well, you look fatter now.
No. I was gonna say. I mean, your ex-wife must have been a very beautiful woman because.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I always.
And the milkman must have been a very handsome fellow himself.
I always date up.
Well, I don't think it would be possible for you to date down.
I could.
Oh, wow.
Why? You got a twin brother?
Have you been at the Port Authority?
Ah.
Oh.
Hello, Iago. Oh.
Oh, look, it's the cat boy.
It's Iago.
No, it's what about you?
Yeah, I know. But Iago loves me. I can't help it.
Cat nap time pictures.
Yeah.
Here's our first date picture.
Oh yeah, well, just because I found something to give me snoogle with at night. Don't make fun of me.
He's like, I don't want this damn cat. And the cat's like, but I love you. And he's like, I love you too.
What am I gonna do? Throw it away? She loves attacking my my paintbrushes. I had to put all my my paintbrushes in the drawers because of the fact that she was just chewing up, all my miniature paintbrushes. But I have some crummy ones that I left out, and she destroyed them. She liked those, so they were tasty. How's the game company coming along there, Anthony?
It's coming.
Good.
We are close to finalizing everything for Yinzi, and we'll be launching soon. And then second game is heading for graphic design.
You're probably going to need a fulfillment company to get those games.
Do you happen to know one?
I happen to know an account manager. That Cool Mini's got to just do your own. You just at this point because you're so big, right?
No, we use international fulfillment hubs and QMLs in the U.S. We use a couple different ones. It's not just QML. We've used others in the past. So,
well, the good thing about Yinzi is I don't have North America rights. I have English rights. So I have worldwide English rights to it. So basically, I can sell them anywhere, but I don't know how much we're going to get outside of the U.S.
Well, yeah. Well, are you just gonna put them in your closet and send them out one by one?
No, I have friends here with warehouse space.
Well,
that I could use for that stuff.
Are you gonna do them all yourself though? I mean, are you gonna just?
I don't know. It depends how many we end up with.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
if you get 7 backers, you
he could probably fulfill that himself.
Is anybody else weirded out a little bit by the poor, unhappy Muppet behind that has no eyes? That apparently they were claimed. He looks sad. He's like, ah.
So as opposed to these two Muppets, his face is a little different material. So the Velcro doesn't stick to his face. So I have to decide on finally what eyes I want to put on and sew them on.
It's been like 5 years. I'm still waiting for my my Muppet.
Oh, well, you know what? People have to wait for things sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't offer to make you a Muppet. You just told me to make you one.
Yeah, I know. And I asked you nicely.
Wait, hold on. If you have your glasses, then you could use this.
Oh, well, I don't have glasses anymore.
Okay, wait, hold on. Let me just take them off.
And I'm not that gray yet. Though the more I look at my beard, the more I'm like, and I don't know why I like this right here.
Oh, like, Lance, it's the strangest thing with gray hair. I have like 3 gray hairs that grow in this eyebrow, and I'm constantly like, I don't mind it in my beard. My beard is like completely like gray and blonde and light brown. It's always been lighter than the hair on my head. And I have the gray patches on the sides here. Then in the sun, I look like I'm totally gray. But the couple that grow in my eyebrow, I pluck those out. Those bother me for some reason.
Well, it's like that. It's like the Just for Men, the touch of gray.
I did that once because my daughter's like, you should try it. I'm like, all right, we'll try it. And I did it, and I was like, oh my god, I don't like it because I've never had like my beard is always a little lighter than my hair. Always been.
You should go full Wookiee with your beard. Just let it grow.
Go full Undead Viking with it?
Or Barry. Look at Barry. Barry's got a heck of a beard, too.
This is only 4 months.
I always prefer the goatee.
I can't go full beard with work.
Why? What are they going to do?
I can't go full beard like that.
Why? What are they going to do?
No.
Say it's a religious thing.
He's Amish?
Yes.
No, say you were.
All right, because if I could take 2 months off from work and get it to full beard status, like not full, hillbilly Jim beard, I'm talking like just a full beard.
Oh, he was a fantastic wrestler.
Then I could, but it's the whole awkward in between thing that's.
Well, no. Say you worship the Asgardian gods, and then you can't shave.
I'm Asgardian.
Yeah.
I need
Hey,
Loki's birthday off.
Are you going to Essen?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I was going to Essen, but that fell through.
Well, yeah. Though I am looking forward to Essen. It sounds like it's gonna be a lot of fun. Like we're gonna have like this. From what I understand, we're gonna have like a booth or a spot, and we're like, and I'm gonna have a hand cart, and then there's gonna be somebody at that spot or that booth that's going to say, go to this booth here, and take this money and go and pick up the 45 copies of this game, and bring them back, and then that'll be.
So on certain games, can I tell you to pick up 46 of them?
Well, there's
can I get in on that action?
Well, you just use the cardboard caravan on the old Fun Again, man, and then I can make sure that we get them sent out to you.
Got it.
So yeah, I mean, just yeah.
So, I will say one thing about Essen.
It's a town in Germany.
No, for anyone who is like, oh, I can't go to Essen because it's it's too expensive. It's actually cheaper to fly to Essen than it cost me to fly to Gen Con this year.
Wow.
Well, I actually know you're wrong, because since you're not going to Essen, that's cheaper.
No, well, if I was going to Essen, the ticket was actually cheaper than the ticket to go to Indianapolis.
Why is that?
And the hotel was a lot cheaper also.
Really?
Oh, really?
Because I'd be flying out of New York City.
Yeah.
New York City.
So, I mean, literally, I was looking at flights. So I was deciding where I was flying to first. And like to fly from New York to Paris, if that was that was the cheapest option. It was like just under $400 round trip.
Cheap.
And like the flying to Dusseldorf, which ends up being the shortest train ride to Essen, was like $580.
Oh, really?
Yep. And the hotel was like $125 a night.
That's not bad at all. How many like how far was it to get there or whatever?
It was like a 5-minute walk and a 5-minute walk to the train, and the train that goes right to the messes.
Yeah.
So another 10 minutes or 15 minutes on the train. Just because there's very few hotels that are actually by the mesa. So most people who are going to Essen are getting on that train and going, 10, 15-minute ride on the train.
Gotcha. What was it? Trying to remember. I think Jeff said that the Fun Again Jeff, he said that like ours is like the hotel is right next to the train, and then it's like a 15-minute train ride.
Yeah, and that seems to be where a lot of the hotels are. The funny thing, I was looking at hotels, and here's the odd thing, because I'm not used to it here. So you can book a hotel, a single, and it's literally a twin bed.
Well, do you get walls and a ceiling?
You get walls.
Okay. You made it sound like it was just that was it. Like it was just a twin bed and that's it.
No, but like a single room is a twin bed. Like if it's one person in the room, it's a twin bed. It's not even a full size bed; it's a twin size bed.
Well, somebody over there, ain't it?
Oh, I got to get a glass of water. I'll be right back.
What was that, Barry?
Everything's smaller over there, though, isn't it?
Oh no, not necessarily. I mean, you can get if you got a hotel with 4 people, it's 2 queen beds.
Right.
But like, if you're getting a single, you're a single person. Your room options are basically, you can get a twin bed.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know if I ever want to go over there. Ireland, I would like to one day, but I don't know about the rest of that.
Hey, Pete, down where you are, do they have stink bugs?
Yes. I hate stink bugs.
Yeah, I just looked up and there's one on the wall.
Oh,
friggin' worst. I had like 6 of them the other day. I found throughout the day.
Yeah, I actually bought the little Velcro mesh nets to go over our doors so the dogs can come in and out, but the stink bugs will stay out because they're a pain in the ass. You can get them on Amazon for like $20. It's super cheap.
Well, I don't have like doors to go outside. My door is out of my apartment, so they're getting in through the windows.
they're everywhere.
They're just annoying.
Yeah, they are. They are. I had a shitload of spiders this year, and I'm not big.
We
on
got a lot of
spiders.
little spiders too.
Yeah, I
don't
get tree
mind.
spiders now.
I don't mind them though because they eat cockroaches, flies. So.
Yeah.
As long as they're not the poisonous ones, I don't care. Little spiders, I see little cobwebs in the corner of the house. I don't give a crap.
I'm a spider remover, not a spider killer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, me too. Me too.
And
my
moths.
daughter, on the other hand, she gets freaked out and starts stepping. Mm-hmm.
And moths.
Hmm.
I catch moths and set them free.
I haven't seen a moth in years.
Yeah, that's an old Italian thing. You know, it's bad luck to kill a moth for some reason.
Hmm.
Oh, did we lose Barry?
Yeah, we lost Barry.
And then there were 3.
Yeah, 2.5.
So the Kickstarter's going well, I heard.
Yeah, it's doing good. I haven't looked at it in a few hours, but it hit like 260 in shortly after launch. And we sold out of a bunch of the pledge bundles already. So there'll still be a la carte option for some of the leftover stuff that's not part of a pledge bundle. But yeah, it's doing great.
Good. That's good. It's I heard you saying before. Yeah, I usually when I back the command stuff, it was always I just backed whatever was Kickstarter exclusive.
Mm-hmm.
So anything that was like an add-on at the time that wasn't a Kickstarter exclusive, I was like, all right, you know what, I'll just get it later.
Yeah, a lot of people do that because it helps cut down the cost all up front.
Yeah, I mean, especially if you are getting all the, the 5th player that only is the Kickstarter exclusive, and
yeah, you just run the risk of it either for some reason being very scarce in distribution and not getting it. I mean, that's the only thing, because sometimes certain expansions won't pre-order well, so we print less of them, and it's usually a one and done print run on some of that stuff. So, so like for example, like the upgrade kit for Rum and Bones was one of those things that wasn't Kickstarter exclusive, so a lot of people held off on it. But then initial distribution orders were so low that we only printed a small amount of them, and they went out into distro, sold out immediately. And because it was initially just like we're going to print this one time and be done thing, it didn't get reprinted. So a lot of people are still trying to hunt and find those.
I got to guess that the Rising Sun playmat is probably going to be a big.
That one, though, that sold out. Rising Sun's pledge on that sold out instantly, and that's because the playmats were there. And I'm sure people bought that bundle just to guarantee a playmat, and probably will just sell the game if they already have it.
Yeah.
But those playmats are so hard to come by. And those things you can price a playmat damn near whatever you want on eBay, and they'll sell. I mean, there's just some people that love that game that just missed the Kickstarter. That just it's the one thing you can't find. You can get everything else pretty reasonably, but the playmat wasn't as big a quantity item, so they're harder to come by.
Yeah, I got to say that I've played on the playmat, and it's awesome. But I have like playmats, and I don't think I know where to store them.
I am considering. My wife suggested this, and I'm probably going to do it. But buying quilt racks, you buy quilt rack, you can hang like 8 or 9 playmats on a quilt rack, and they can go up against the wall. And you can find a spot in the wall where you can put 2 or 3 quilt racks next to each other, and you can house like 30 playmats. So,
yeah, I've seen that, and I've seen pants hangers.
Oh yeah, and put them in a closet like a closet.
I don't have a closet in my game area, so and I have so much crap in there already. So all these, you have to wait for come back.
Yeah, Aldi. Lance will be back. He had to go drain the vein. Kabuki's saying that Berkey's coming up with playmat storage solution ish thing too. So
That's cool.
let's see what he's coming up with.
Yeah, because like right now I have, not that I ever play it, but I have the playmat for the Arkham Horror card game.
Mm.
But then I have the one for X-Wing. I bought the 4x4 space mat thing. That's just sitting in a big tube in the corner over there. I have a few others that came as part of Kickstarters and stuff, and I'm like, where the hell am I going to put these damn things?
I know. I've got like 30 playmats sitting next to one of my Calic shelves, just piled up next to it, and I'm probably gonna have to go through them one day and just see what ones I actually will ever use and which ones I won't, and just sell them.
Yeah. And then I have like literally like 10 different like regular playmats for card games.
Mm. Yeah.
I actually took one of them and hung it on the wall because I just like the art on it. So
I've got a few that I've considered framing that they're just really good.
I bought one. Some artist did playmats, and it's 2 clockwork dragons, and I just like it. I just like the image because it's like a finished piece of artwork over a pencil drawing of the artwork. So if you look at it close up, you can see like the sketch underneath it, and I just think it looks really cool. But like, I don't play that many card games that I need to have playmats, and plus I have the table now that has, the mat on it, so I don't need to even use them. But and then I have like all of the anniversary, not anniversary, the yearly Gen Con Legend of the Five Rings mats that they did because I was working with AEG at the time.
Which ones are those? I like L5R.
So every year they, like 3 years in a row they did them, and they stopped doing them after. But they had, it came in a box, and it's a playmat. I have duplicates of a couple of them. I'll show you pictures.
If you've got crab playmats, that's the ones I'd want the most. But I love L5R. I still play it with some of my friends. So
yeah, the ones I have are there's a scorpion one, a lion one, and when they had the 10,000th card, or 20,000th card. That special mat they did for that, I have those 3. I think I have one other, but I don't think it's crab.
Mm. Yeah, I like L5R. It's I actually played it this past weekend. Every blue moon, I'll get a few people together at the game store, and we'll just play games of it. The newer version, no one's got the cards from the old stuff anymore, which is a shame.
I have tons of cards from the old one.
I loved the old one. I like the old one better than I like the newer version, but no one has cards, so we just play the new one since it's easier to get into. There were some nuances from the old game that I liked, but there was definitely some broken combos and stuff too. So you have to play with the right people if you're going to go play the old game. But I loved the old game. I played from Imperial all the way through Jade, and then took a break after Jade, and then got back in the newer last couple new sets before AG sold it off to FFG.
Yeah, I started playing because I was helping AEG out, and then they released the War of Honor, the multiplayer one, and they sent me a copy of that, and that's how I learned to play with that. But we liked it because I could play with both my sons at the same time. So that's how we started playing. But yeah, I never was like, oh, I got to go, L5R tournament.
It's a good game. I enjoyed it. I always liked that game. I always thought it was a good game. It's a shame that it kind of lost a lot of its staying power, but I mean, FFG's done some nice stuff with it. The old game had a lot of stuff that the new game, like, it's different, and I guess it may just be that I'm not used to it because I've only played a handful of the newer game.
Right.
But it's just a different feel when you play it now than you did before because they've changed some of the core mechanics in the game are gone now. So I mean, they may bring them back.
It feels more like an FFG living card game than.
Oh yeah, it's definitely not L5R. I mean, you've got some aspects of it, but yeah, without I mean, the dueling was a big part of the game. Being able to hit multiple provinces in a single time, not having two different types of attack, being able to just attack every turn, and now they have political or more regular attacks. So they've changed up a lot of the mechanics on how attack decks work. Dishonoring and honoring is still in the game, but it's not to the extent that it used to be. So,
yeah, and which is one of those things that if you play like Scorpion, you're like, I want to be able to dishonor.
Hey.
I want dishonor.
Hey, Lance, Aldi's waiting for you.
There he is. Oh, Barry's back. Oh, yes, Rob.
My internet may knock me off for a minute.
How's it going?
Robert.
Mhm.
Holy shit. I actually made it into this thing.
Sorry.
Can't have it all.
Lance,
So
Well,
what's-
this is exciting.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry.
I'm sitting alone.
No, I was helping
Rob.
my sister. Oh, not my sister. I was helping my my wife and my daughter with my daughter's math homework.
Oh, Aldi, you know my name.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Robert,
Oh,
thank you for doing that live stream today.
pardon me?
Thank you for doing that live stream today.
Oh, I've only been doing it for the last 6-7 weeks.
6 years.
Yeah, I'm just so glad you noticed.
I have.
By the way,
I know, I saw the
I'm
jersey.
part of the team.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you knew that.
Oh my god, I've been so busy, man.
I know.
I was just signing paperwork for Essen. We're getting our shipment out tonight.
What are you shipping there?
Oh god, a half ton of shit, plastic and silicone and metal and cardboard.
Did you get the text I sent you this morning?
No. I'm upgrading my phone.
Oh, so
I'm going back to
I'm
the.
blocked.
I'm going back to the. I'm going to go back to the iPhone because this phone is. I mean, it's great for traveling, but is terrible in my house.
Yeah, I just got my 11 in the mail
Oh, yeah.
today. I'm setting
man.
it up.
What the heck? Why is the shipping so high?
I'm sending it to you. If
Okay.
they gotta go over the moat.
No. The Black Knight.
Fend off the dragon.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I like how it's like shipping fee $60, service options 5 cents. What?
Yeah, she looked at it, goes, yeah, about $60.
Oh wow. Well, I appreciate that.
Oh, no problem.
But I bet Come On didn't pay $60 to ship those things.
Probably not.
No, but we also probably shipped thousands of them through
Yeah, you get a
one
discount.
fulfillment hub with a big discount.
Yeah.
Whereas shipping one's going to be a little bit more pricey.
Not only that, you're shipping from the middle of nowhere.
That is also true.
I mean, the horse was getting pissed, waiting for me to get done.
The cart was like, they needed to fill the cart. Well, cool, man. I'm looking forward to seeing it. Is that the one you did on the show? Or is
Yeah.
it okay.
Yeah.
I'll give mine away.
Yeah, that's do whatever you want.
Employees first, Scott.
What's that?
Employees first get first crack, right?
You're gonna fly Anthony to Essen, right?
I know.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
That's
how
why the
cheap!
That's why the
I wish
shipping
all
was-
my employees could get tickets that cheap, man. Oh, holy shit, that's super cheap. That's like 1/3 of the price we're paying for most people. It's like $1,500 round trip for most people.
But because you're not flying from New York.
No, flying out of Dallas and LA and Colorado.
Yeah,
So
it's
where
like-
would they go overseas at for you all? To Washington or New York? Where?
Most people, I guess, transfer in Chicago. I go straight. I'm going to London first, so I'll be in London for the first week or half a week, and then we'll take a short flight to Dusseldorf.
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 So you'll be
Glad Brexit
off,
is not quite there yet, but
off for a couple weeks where we won't see you.
about two in a row probably because I'm leaving Wednesday.
So I
Before
happened to
that.
look to fly to BGG Con is going to cost me the same as it would cost to fly to.
I know what the fuck. Why is it so cheap?
Because people aren't
Well,
flying.
New York. Yeah.
People aren't flying.
People aren't flying overseas as much
I
Yeah.
wonder why that is.
because of Brexit and our president
I'm
and
curious if Brexit is aren't they
All
going
the
to
stuff
be
going on in the Middle East.
Isn't it a no deal hard exit at the end of this month? If they didn't have a deal, they were going to say hard exit, no deal.
yeah, something like that.
I heard
You would
something
kick
like
them
that.
out?
Yeah.
Great. Well, I'll have that to look forward to, dealing with all that nonsense.
Yeah.
They're totally not ready for it, I'm sure. Like for people coming in. Because, like when you go into EU, it's like EU residents to this way, everyone else this way, right? So everybody's going the EU side. And like me and whoever are going on the other side. And that's in London, by the way. England.
So I have a question, people.
Uh-oh.
No, it's interesting because has everyone following how they do elections in Canada?
No.
No.
This is the coolest thing. So they don't do like, every 4 years we're going to have an election. They just decide, hey, we're going to have an election, and then 45 days later they pick a new prime minister.
Yeah.
But isn't it a parliamentary thing where the majority gets to pick the prime minister?
No, they run for it, but the thing is that
Oh,
they
no.
decide. Okay, you know what? It's time for an election.
Who decides? The parliament?
People.
The parliament decides, hey,
Okay.
it's time for an election.
But so whenever they are tired of the prime minister, they say, we're going to get a new one.
Yeah, I guess.
This guy sucks. Spin the wheel.
Yeah.
Well, that guy, I don't know if we want to start talking about the politics of things.
No, I want to talk about the.
I will.
No, I just like the whole.
No.
You know
It's
what?
a board game show.
You know what? Let's pick somebody new.
I
It's like they're the Raccoon Lodge.
Yeah, it's
didn't
like
know that.
it's like the water buffalo.
I knew their election cycle was pretty short. I didn't realize Parliament just decided, hey, we want a new president.
It's 45 days.
Yeah, I know. I knew it was
We're
short.
having an election in 45 days. Who's getting nominated?
Yeah. I think ours is way too long. Like 2 years is way too long. And it's all part of the money machine, but yeah, that's odd. That's weird. I know Trudeau's in a lot of trouble up there too.
He's doing great.
Yeah.
Leave him alone.
Well, no, it's.
He's
I don't want to
young.
get into it that much.
He didn't
but
understand.
yeah, he was a rich guy, the prime minister's son who didn't understand. But how far back should this shit come up? I mean, like, how many people could really be not accountable, but realize in their 20s if they screw up that it's going to hurt them like that for the
It's
rest
going
of
to go
their
down
lives,
on your permanent record.
Yeah, I mean,
All I know is maybe I'm a different era, but my mother was telling me from the time I was like 2 not to do stuff because I'll never be able to be president if I did it.
yeah, I understand that, but I mean, when you're a teen or something,
My
you
mom
smoke
just told
weed or
me,
something,
don't-
You're not thinking of that,
My mom said, just stop that or else you're going to go blind.
Yeah, wear clean underwear.
Yeah,
And that's why you wear glasses.
exactly.
Yeah.
Have you
Just
guys
sitting there watching old Julie
So to
Garland
bring this back to
movies.
have you guys looked at the Essen list yet? Have you made your pre-orders?
Well, if only I know where to pre-order.
No,
Oh wait,
I am not because it is way too expensive to get games sent to me here.
Really?
It's a premium service.
I checked the couple games I wanted. It would have cost more for the shipping than it was to buy the game. So I'm just going to wait till they hit the US.
it's like a glimpse into I'm guessing how EU people feel when they see Kickstarters based in the United States.
Yeah, no, it's.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
not even mad about it because I know that's how they get their stuff from overseas here. But yeah, it sucks to buy games international. The shipping, there was a $15 game. It was $36 to get it here. I'm like, no, I just can't do that.
Just wait till we leave the international mail system.
Mm.
Well, the funny thing about it though is, you go to Gen Con and you play like this ridiculous price for whatever. Sometimes you're paying $20, $30 more than when it comes out retail.
Yeah, you're paying for early access.
Yeah.
And not waiting till February.
Now,
March,
do you
April.
think the majority of board gamers on, not necessarily reviewers, but people who would watch stuff like this, do you think they really care about that?
No.
About what?
If they want
having
something,
it first and all that, yeah.
I think it comes down to if they want something, they're going to get it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got people that are basically, no, I'm not paying that kind of money for that.
Yeah, I mean, if it was something that was never coming to the U.S. and it was a release that's only available in Europe, like maybe like that the Dark Force Rising Star Wars version of Thanos Rising, I would pay expensive shipping to get one sent over here because that's one that I can't buy over here. But all the games that I want are stuff that's going to have a U.S. release within a month or two after Essen, so it doesn't make sense to pay $65 for a $50 game. It just, or 85 for like the Crusader Kings game. The game's only $70, so it's like at that point I'll just wait the extra month or two. But like if there was a couple games that I really wanted that weren't going to get a US release, I could totally see doing that. But it has to be something that's, I'm not going to spend money just to be impatient. That doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, I just because I always see the guy in the game store who's looking at the game and he looks online to see what the price is, and then you go to cons and they're doing the same thing, but they grab it there. That kind of is weird to me, When at a con you're paying retail.
At a con you're getting hyped up and you want to play it right now with people that are at the con.
Yeah.
When you're at home, you can wait a few days because you can always set up your game group for whatever night you want. So it's the impulse buy of I want to play it now with these people.
Right, and at a con not so much anymore, but it used to be like stuff came out at Gen Con, and then it didn't come out in release until November.
A lot of publishers now, though, are simultaneously releasing the distribution the week before Gen Con even for a lot of their big titles. So it's not as much of a get it ahead of time anymore.
Yeah, it's a little better than it used to be.
It's a lot better than it used to be.
It's still pretty. Like I went and looked. We rearranged the library this weekend. And there's still a ton of Gen Con stuff that has not come out yet.
Yeah, there's still stuff. Like there's still
when
plenty
you see it
of
all
stuff.
in one place, you're like, oh yeah, you can't buy that yet. It's still not out.
So here's another
expansion.
Here's another question for everybody. So let's go back. Let's go back 5 years. Not even that long ago. So you'd have games that would come out from these small publishers from Spain or wherever, and they'd come out with the game, they'd release it at Essen, whatever number of copies they sold, and then you'd wait for someone to pick up the game to bring it here.
Reprint, yeah.
So now, I've noticed a lot. We have a lot of these small companies, and not releasing like big, huge, $1 million, $500,000 Kickstarters, but they go to Kickstarter with it. Do you think that like this? They're not going to release it here. There's not going to be no retail version here unless for some reason it explodes and becomes a $500,000 Kickstarter phenomenon. Are they like losing the chance to get someone here to license it? Because you got to think it's on Kickstarter. Kickstarter is still predominantly a U.S. audience. So are they basically saying, okay, well, we're going to exhaust as much of the U.S. market as possible? Because again, they're not all fulfilling like, in Spain or Portugal or Belgium or whatever, because they're doing it through, Fun Again or, one of the other companies. They're doing the fulfillment here. So
Fun Again's really the only option.
Well, anyway, so are they basically saying, well, what are we selling Kickstarter? That's it. That's all that's going to make it to the market. Or I know like there are a few online retailers who do pledges and stuff to get things, but are they pretty much saying hey, we'll sell the 500 copies on there and be happy and be done with it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's hard to do a normal distribution for the game.
But it kind of makes it hard for a publisher to go, hey, I want to license that game for North America if you've already offered it.
Yeah, I mean, if they've already exploited the market, then why bother?
But do you think?
I mean,
Like
although
Kickstarter,
it depends on the game, really.
do you think Kickstarter is that big of an influence on the game industry in general here?
I'll tell you right now. So there are games on Kickstarter that interest me in backing only because I look at them and I know they're never going to come here.
Right.
Like I back the Kickstarter because I know that's the only way I'm going to get a copy of the game.
Yeah, that's common these days now.
But there's other games that I won't get the Kickstarter exclusives, but I'll be able to get the game here.
I mean, like Monolith, anything you buy from Monolith, you're not getting in retail.
Yeah, you can't buy.
Awakened Realms is another company that's,
I can
all
buy
Kickstarter exclusive.
Right, but
I mean,
okay. So something from Cranio Creations.
Yeah.
That game will come.
Yeah, like a
I
loan.
answer your wife's calling you.
But like some small company, I look at their stuff, I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. And I'm like, all right, well, I guess I have to back it because there's no chance someone's going to pick it up.
I'll be right there.
That's true.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, times are changing.
So it's not just me. Okay, that's making sure.
Not just you.
All right.
And I think as time goes on, it's going to be even harder. It's going to be limited print runs on Kickstarter, pre-funding, or pre-order, and that's it.
Do you think that's going to hurt the industry?
I mean, I know we talked about this. Like, sorry, what?
Do you think that'll hurt the industry as a whole?
No, there's so many games to buy.
No, there's so much stuff coming out. It doesn't matter.
If you want to spend money,
1,000 games.
There's 1,000 games on the
1,000 games.
There was 500.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying like say
Gen
Cool
Con
Mini
went
just
down, though.
say Cool Mini just went Kickstarter exclusive, or the bigger ones. Do you think that would hurt the industry as a whole?
No.
Whereas they're just going through Kickstarter now?
No.
Someone will fill in the space.
So one thing I will tell you that I see that's going to happen in the next, I don't know how many years, but in the fairly near future, is unless your game is a huge hit, there's no reason to go to distribution for some things.
Yeah, I can see that.
Now, Jim, we talked about this with Jim, and Jim basically disagrees with that because he doesn't want to do any of the work.
No, I understand.
But it's
that.
a part-time job for him. It's not his full-time job.
Sure, yeah, but for the most people, I think that aren't.
Right. So, like, example, and this is, again, the whole Monolith thing, why they did this is, so, it costs them X amount to make the game. In order for them to make any money off of it in distribution, they literally have to take the MSRP and almost double it.
Yeah.
You have an MSRP on a game of $80, and then you're getting 40% of it to go to distribution. You had to sell a ton of copies to make it even worth doing.
Mm-hmm. That's why they changed their model to Kickstarter and a direct sales website. So they're opening up at the end of this year a website that's just going to sell Monolith game product. So you'll be able to buy any of the Monolith stuff that's not exclusive to Kickstarter on their website. So they're changing their model a little bit, but they're still just going to be Kickstarter and the website, and that's it. Mm-hmm. For their games being all big games, all licensed big games, that's probably the only way to make any money off of them, because Conan tanked it at retail last year or the year before when it came out, and I think they realized
that
because it was $120 for the base game and the expansions were $60 to $80, and they realized that you just don't sell enough at the deep discounting or not discounting, but the deep profit margins of distribution. You just can't make any money. If you're selling to distro at 60 off so that they can sell at 50 off to retailers,
and
you're just not making any money.
Yeah, in order for you to make money, you have to print literally like
10,000, 20,000 copies, and it's just you end up sitting with.
But you're talking like monster games.
But that's any
You know-
game, though, Rob. If I'm
Yeah.
printing, okay,
Yeah,
so,
any game.
so if I'm printing a heavy Euro game, let's pick a Euro game.
Black Angel.
All right, Black Angel. So Black Angel, if I'm printing it, not a big company that's printing it.
Mhm.
So if I'm printing it and I'm printing 1,500 copies, that game's probably going to be about $16 landing at least, if not more.
Mhm.
So if I set the MSRP at 5 times of that, and then I have to sell distribution for 40%, I'm not making any money on that game.
And the only way to make the money is to print 10,000 of them so that you're only paying $12 a copy because you're getting, but then you have run the risk of not being able to sell through your print run
Right.
and having to pay warehousing fees and all that stuff to store stuff that's not moving.
Yeah,
And you do
I
that.
think you guys just predicted the downfall of distribution. Potentially. It's
know,
all going to be direct sales.
because here's the thing. Because the thing with distribution also is, with all of the stuff that's coming out, how much stuff can they sell? Like, yeah, you know what? If Tapestry's in distribution, everybody wants it. It's easy to sell.
Mhm.
But the ice cream truck game that someone put on Kickstarter that's kind of cute and all that. It's it's a $20 game, but it's a small game. How many of those do you have to sell to make it worth it? How many do you have to go through distribution to even get something on it?
Well, here's another look at it too. Okay, distribution places or websites or whatever, they want you to sell the game at half of what you could sell it on your website, so they can make a profit.
Right, but you're selling to them for 40%.
Yeah, 40, sometimes 50% even.
But you sell to them for 40. They sell to the retail chains at 50.
And then the retail chains sell it at 100.
Here's where I want to make my point, though.
Online ones.
Then, okay, let's just assume that you don't sell anything, and you bring all these games in, 10,000 of them, okay, and you're stuck with 3,000 of them. Next thing you know, you're selling to a web, one of these web stores or something like that, at 95% off, just to get them out of your warehouse, so you can generate money and get ready for your next Kickstarter. That's what's happening.
There's a life cycle of games, right?
Yeah.
Like I think
and it's getting shorter and shorter and shorter, and that's where the problem lies.
Yeah,
is that the attention span is, this
evergreens
is the
are a thing of the past. They don't. No game sells 3-6 months out. It's over. You get your money in the first 3 to 6 months.
That's where I was getting at, Anthony.
Right, but the thing is, if I am selling direct, I am, for every 3 games I sell, it would be the same as selling 12 games into distribution. Easily.
Mm-hmm.
So
especially
I can make
if your
all
customer's paying shipping, it's even more than that because you usually eat the shipping into distro.
Right. So if we're doing that, and I print 2,000 games, I don't have to sell as many of them to make the same money as if I put them in distribution.
Yeah. You want to sell about half of them, and then
I can take the rest of them and donate them. Boom! I got a tax write-off now.
Yeah.
You can burn them too.
I could burn them. I could just take them apart and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing.
Threw 200 away. I already made my money on the other ones.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, we were sort of faced with a burning episode. Not any products, but like just boxes. So I'm guessing there's probably a lot of burning going on somewhere because there's just a finite amount of space.
Well, you see what you call it. Someone had posted up on Facebook a few weeks ago. I even forgot what the game was, but there were literally like 50 copies of it in the Savers by them. So Savers, if you don't know, is like, it's kind of like Goodwill type place.
Yeah, sure. Mm-hmm.
But there were like 50 copies on the shelves of this game, and someone's like, I can't believe it. And they pretty much said we had stock. It was cheaper to give it away than to keep storing.
To sell it. Yeah.
All right.
Is that Court of the Dead, Rob?
No, that's Arcadia Quest.
Oh, was it Arcadia Quest?
Oh, yeah.
Has anybody got their Court of the Dead yet?
I got mine.
Did you? How's it
That
look?
box is huge.
Quarter of the Dead?
Court. You might want to try to get one. It's got some badass figures, doesn't it? Did they redo the figures?
I haven't looked
You
inside
haven't
them
opened
yet.
it yet?
I've never heard of it.
It's a sideshow thing. You know that sideshow company? They make things like this Thanos thing I've got here. Make those
Oh,
things.
all right. I've never heard of it.
It was a pretty successful Kickstarter.
There you go. I don't pay attention to Kickstarters.
Here do I.
You save a lot of money not buying on Kickstarter.
If it comes to the store, it comes to the store, and it ends up on the channel. I mean, that's about all I can do.
Yeah.
I'm finally getting the Arcadia Quest. How long's that been out?
4 years.
Uh,
Oh,
5 years.
I thought it
still
was
got the
new.
pre-printed one. Oh, there you go. The big box.
Yeah.
there's like
Oh wow!
Take the shrink wrap off of it.
Street Crap's still on it.
Is it coming to retail?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is like the whatever super deluxe, blah 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 blah.
Oh,
Should I open it and take a
The
look at the maker?
deluxified one.
Should I open it?
Yeah.
Well, it's your game. Why
Actually,
did you
the-
buy it if you weren't going to open it?
actually, this is a project that I'm doing for Pete.
Oh, cool.
Well, not
Did
for
you get
me.
a Bruce
Well-
Lee there, Rob, for the unmatched? Did you get a Bruce Lee?
No,
I've found a spare over the weekend, so if you want it, I'll hang on to it for you.
Oh, cool. That'd be cool to paint on this show. I gotta check. I don't know when they're gonna come out retail with the Bigfoot and Robin Hood. It's Bigfoot and Robin Hood, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think they said there was going to be like this core set was coming out, and then a month or two later, one expansion would come out, and then a couple months later, the Bruce Lee would come out.
Oh, cool.
Lance, do a focus on yourself, and then we can see it more better.
Hey,
You have the power.
don't
You're not
tell
the
me
boss
what
of
to
him.
do.
You have the power.
Ugh,
There
there
you
you
go.
go.
I'm really enjoying the live show, Aldi.
Yeah, it looks like fun.
This
Oh,
one?
I had a thing. If you remember what? Are you shooting straight on with a webcam, or is that one of your new ones?
You're talking to me?
No,
No.
I'm talking to Rob.
I kind of bounce back and forth between like 3 cams.
Right. Stick an index card over the top of your webcam just to shield the light.
Oh, all right.
Did you
Okay.
get lens flare from that overhead light you have?
Oh, all right.
So it'll look a little more sharp, I think.
Cool. All right. This will do.
Yeah, there
All
you
right.
go. Look at all that.
Wow, that looks
70
pretty cool,
figures.
Lance.
93 metal pieces.
There's like 93
Coins.
well no, I was gonna say what if there's like the 93 metal pieces are paper clips.
Mm.
yeah. No,
Hey,
no.
We have metal pieces.
Oh my, this is not opening.
A box fart.
Come on.
Got to get some air in there,
Lance
kid.
Boxfart.
Let gravity do the work.
You gravity it up.
What is that?
Ooh.
I don't know, some
Oh,
piece of
piece of
paper.
Parchment paper.
Ooh,
So you can cook non-stick food on it.
Yes.
that's. Oh, hey,
Got
Hey, it's a
side
board.
look at you.
Riveting TV.
panel.
Oh yeah,
Board.
the best.
Trifold.
Look at that. Looks like a giant ass board, though.
Yeah, this is giant. I'm not.
I don't think you'll be able to fold it up and get it all on screen.
Yeah. That's what
I
you-
could tell by the folds in that board it was going to be a big one. It's a big rule book too.
Wow.
I don't know anything about this game.
The Alaboom unboxing
Yeah, I
video.
don't know anything. This is an Alaboom unboxing.
Let's
Is
see.
this the first? Is this the first time we've unboxed a game live on the show?
I don't know. New 9-inch figure shipping December 2018.
They're a little late, aren't they?
Ooh, but I can use my code to get. I can.
I wonder if they meant 19 and it's a typo because things got delayed.
I don't think so.
No.
No, remember how you get like really old catalogs for things. So
Yeah.
I still read in some of the old like wargaming magazines. some of the ads, and you wonder if the stores are still open.
This was supposed to be a 2018 release, if I'm not mistaken.
These
I
are
mean, I got
really-
my Sergeant Slaughter through mail in.
It looks like he's impressed.
Turn the
Well,
Wait for it.
Sure, hold
oh,
on.
wait, turn the figures up. Let's see the figures. There you go.
Oh,
Here,
there
let
you
me
go.
take one out, and we can see like how good
We
they
could
are.
evaluate it.
Are they big figures?
These some of the pictures they show. Oh, it's taped. No wonder I can't open it.
It's kid proof.
It's defeated me. It's
Yeah.
it's
What is this? What is this? Sticky?
what is this material? Dear God,
like the-
George Clooney yet again.
He's everywhere.
Perfect day.
No, so like they were. I mean, everybody was a little bit worried because
Rats.
like the initial
Yeah,
look
prototype.
of the prototypes were
Not
a little less than well received.
good. Yeah, they were a little mushy.
But that's why it took a while. It was because they were like, okay, well, we're going to go back and
Start all over.
A place like Sideshow has to. They have to be.
oh yeah, these are. I don't know how you're probably not going to be able to see, but these are really nice. Here, hold on, maybe if I.
Oh, there you go. That's all you got to do.
Other way.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there you go. Right there.
Oh, those are good. They got. Is it like
Those
a
are nice.
or something?
You have some dirt under your fingernail.
Oh, well, I'll go to my manicurist tomorrow. So yeah, no, I'm excited to give this one a try. I might have to. I was gonna play City of Big Shoulders. I was gonna play City of Big Soldiers. I was gonna play City of Big Shoulders on Friday night, but I might play this instead.
Yeah, that's supposed to be great.
The City of Big Shoulders is great, but this would be like my third or fourth
Backup.
play of it, and this might be like I want to play this one and give this one a try.
While it's still
Are there-
hot, because
are
if
there-
you don't like it, you can throw it up on eBay while there's a lot of people still excited
Are-
about it.
Are there big figures in there, Lance?
Jeez, no, there aren't.
I
Whoa,
thought there were,
whoa.
There's the leader figures on the second tray. Did you want me to dig those out too?
well,
Of course.
I just want to do a true unboxing. I mean,
I mean,
Think about
yeah,
your-
don't half-ass it, man. If you're gonna do it, do it.
Yeah.
I mean, think about your
you ever watched
fans.
unboxing before?
Yeah, all 7 of them.
Think about my fan.
Yeah,
You did it unboxing. We'll get like 1,500 views now.
yeah.
I know.
Yeah, change it from
Well,
4.5
to
hour
unboxing.
unboxing. Good job.
Ugh.
Oh, he just made a mess.
Have
Wow.
you guys seen the unboxings of the Kinder Egg? They have like 10 billion views.
What?
The unboxings
Yeah,
for
go
what?
search for Kinder Egg openings. And
Oh, yeah. My daughter
millions
watches
and
those.
millions and millions of views.
Everyone likes a surprise.
Ender egg?
Kinder eggs.
And, you know,
They're
Kinder
little
Egg.
chocolate eggs with little toy surprises inside. The kids go
Oh.
nuts for them.
Oh.
That was anticlimactic.
Anti-clip.
There you go.
Ooh,
There you go.
Bernie.
Oh. Those are nice.
Is that the larger figure? There's
Yeah,
no big.
that's like the one of the leader figures.
I thought there was big monsters.
Those come out in
It is.
December of 2018.
Yeah,
It's wave 2.
I think those are like just for people that want to have
Everything.
yeah.
Apparently, Lance didn't back everything.
Have you opened your Glorantha yet, Lance?
No.
Oh my god.
I have.
That is ridiculous. Yeah.
I got that at Origins.
Is that
Dear
that
God.
damn game I helped you carry back to your hotel room that was like
yeah,
6 bags and 50 pounds each?
yeah.
Boy, that game hurt my back.
Yeah, I still can't believe I bought that, but oh
Mm.
well.
They played it on the cruise, man. It looks impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's just like Cthulhu Wars. I mean, whenever there's we play
Basically
that.
what it is, isn't it?
Well, in a version, basically, we play Cthulhu Wars at Con of the North every year. There's a guy who's got everything, and we put it together, and it draws a crowd just for people coming by to look at the stuff, because it
Do you
takes
paint
up
it
like
all?
no,
Oh.
I don't have any time. I'm not. I have children in the house, sir. I don't have children having children like you.
Which
Well, it looks pretty cool.
It does look cool, and I did read the rules a long time ago, and I liked what I read. So, I definitely like the idea of each
Don't
person.
blow out the box.
Does it have 4 stats?
What?
Does it have 4 stats? Remember the whole 4 stats game?
Oh yeah, the 4 stats game.
Strength, magic, movement, and
Strength,
armor.
magic, movement, and
Defense.
armor or defense. Something that's defense, basically. Your attack.
4 stat game.
Yeah. Everybody's got that game. Everybody's got that game somewhere in the back of their head that they're making. Ooh, look, it's a sleeve.
Oh yeah, the most useless
fancy.
piece of board gaming material ever.
It's the Faction of Flesh. Oh, you know what? I guess you had to pick a cover too.
Yeah, I did.
It's probably just changes the side.
Yeah. No, the front picture is different for each cover. There's the Faction of Bone, Faction of Flesh, Faction of I forget what the other one is.
flesh,
Metal.
metal.
Heavy
I don't
metal.
think there's an undead metal. That's the whole idea. It's like you're fighting over souls, and trying to be like the most evil or something. So, hooray, right? Minnesota Twins and AL Central champs. Woohoo! I am.
So you were talking about grandkids. So
Yes, you have some.
yes, last night we went to the very scary Mickey's not so scary Halloween party, whatever they.
Is it still the
decided to call
same
it.
song where it's like, "This is Halloween, this is Halloween"? Is it still that same song
Yeah.
for when?
Well, yeah, they
sounds
have
cool.
that, but now that on the center stage at the castle, they do the Hocus Pocus thing because that's like the huge thing now for Halloween. It's got a big cult following. But anyways, we were getting ready to go, and my wife turns to me and she goes, "You're going to be wearing this T-shirt." I go, "I ain't wearing any T-shirt that you have for me." And then she turns around and shows it to me, and it says, "My favorite Disney villain is my wife." I go, "Oh, let me put this right on right now."
Ha! No, I saw you tweeted that out. That looked pretty cool.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
Hey Lance, camera's still on you.
Good. Hello.
Hello.
We're dropping viewers by the second.
Down to
No,
3.
I think we gained. I'll have to. I gotta find that one for my wife. Well, no, for me, I mean.
It was pretty funny.
I might get replaced as the DM for my daughter's group. I killed one of their I killed one of their characters off last session, so now they think they're just gonna do it without me because I was.
Dad, we're sick of you now. Leave. Scaring all the boys away.
How was D&D? Mr. Meister killed my character.
The girl whose character got killed by the trap, she actually got up from the table, went and lay down on the couch, and just was yes, it was very tragic. And then they had decided that her character and like another girl's character, they were married, and then they were like, no, it's like my dwarf falls to the ground screaming.
So
then
I allowed the druid to
resurrect.
to destroy her nature focus to bring her back to life, and so now the druid can't cast spells for a little while, and then she brought the character back to life, but now they're like in cahoots. They're saying he's too mean. We gotta make sure that we have somebody else run the game that won't kill us. Yeah, just so.
Who is that?
No, I think my daughter wants me to teach her how to be a dungeon master. So
All right. That's great.
yeah. I mean, it was like they were all like, some were like getting close to being dead in some of the combats. Then I was like, Yeah, so the giant hammer hits you and does 19 points of damage. And it was just like, and she's like, but I only have 4 hit points. It's like, what's your constitution? 10. You're dead.
What?
Yeah, they're all like, what?
Was it legit 19?
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was a trap that
You
was
can.
basic. It was very avoidable. The trap was extremely avoidable. All they had to do was so basically, it was a door that had a heavy stone block on like basically like it was barred on the side that they were on, and so when you lift this giant stone block that's on these 2 bars on the other side, those bars start to raise up really slowly, and so they picked it up, they opened the door, and then the 2 of them just held on to the bars and kept him down. But they were worried that the door would lock behind them somehow. So those 2 just held on to him, and then like they ran into some skeletons in there or something. And so like the 2 people at the door were like shooting the skeletons with their like crossbows and like trying to make sure the hooks didn't go up. Well, the whole thing is if both hooks go up, this giant like stone hammer comes down and squashes the people that are on the other side of the door. And so the dwarf fighter was like, okay, I'll go through the door. And so that one went, and I even said it raises all, and you hear a click from behind you. And she's like, oh. And then she was just like, well, I'm gonna let the other one go. I'm gonna look back and see if I can see where the click comes from. And it's like, oh, yeah, click, and this giant stone hammer hits you right in the head.
Is that a Grimtooth trap, or was that in the?
It was just in this adventure that I had, and I was just like, and it was like basically it was one of those things where it's like you don't really need to defeat the trap. All you have to do is like come up with some way to hold the hooks down, or just go in, because the hammer is made to like get somebody that's coming through the door. Right. Not standing there like, ooh, But yeah.
And you handled it with your usual level of sensitivity.
They bought their tickets. They knew
you're dead.
He turned around and said, "Play smarter, kid."
Yeah. But one of my
luck for you.
My daughter has her little she has her group. She has her running crew.
Not anymore. You killed them all.
No, and Skyla is in her running crew, and Skyla got up from the table and went and lay down on the couch with the kitten and was angry. But then I was merciful. I allowed her to be resurrected.
At some point.
Ooh, what flavor Bang you drinking there, son?
Your favorite?
Oh, the Sour Heads. I got the Cherry Blade Lemonade today.
Oh, I love Cherry Blade Lemonade.
Oh, it's so good. Did you see the picture of that when I was in?
Yes, I saw the blade. I saw the Bang machine.
Yeah, I was in Medford, Oregon, and they had a vending machine that was just Bang, and it was like 20 different flavors at least. I'm telling you, Pete, if you're going keto again, this is your
Bang?
What?
Who makes Bang? What cola company?
Bang Cola, by the makers of the legendary Red Line energy products. Make no mistake,
Never heard
Bang is not your stereotypical high-sugar, life-sucking soda masquerading as an energy drink.
Will mess you up. The Red Line stuff will mess you up. It's
high-sugar drinks spike blood sugar, producing metabolic mayhem, causing you to crash harder than a test dummy into a brick wall. Power up with Bang's potent brain and body-rocking fuel. Creatine, caffeine, CoQ10 and BCAAs, branched chain amino acids. Life is an extreme sport, and Bang is the extreme energy source to live life extreme. That's XTREME. There's no they're too much in a hurry to actually begin with the E.
The Red Line stuff will really mess you up because it's a workout type of thing. Yeah. And that Bang stuff, I don't even try it. I had one of those, and next thing you know, I saw Jimi Hendrix.
Oh, well, why wouldn't you keep taking them then?
Because it was followed by Janis Joplin trying to mug up on me.
Yeah, one of the guys in your crew gave me one at Gen Con, and I felt the little quiver in between my eyes, like a caffeine twitch.
Mhm.
After I drank it. You know what I'm talking about?
You know what's weird is that like the
They
first
tried
time
to
I had
roofie
one of
you.
these, I actually like really felt it, and now I'm just immune to it again.
Oh, wait, Aldi, I gave it to you.
Oh, it was you.
Yeah.
No, oh yeah, it was you.
Anthony was trying to roofie you.
Yeah, it was like
That makes
like
sense.
a little muscle spasm, like right in the middle of my eyes. Like, okay, there's something in there. Got me through the day though. Thank you.
No problem.
I think it's because I don't chug it.
No, I don't chug it either.
Is there
How much
Is there
sugar
niacin?
and carbs is in that drink?
Zero.
None. Zero.
Is there
Zero.
niacin?
It's the only one that is zero.
Is there niacin in it?
There is there are two monsters that are zero. The monster that comes in the purple can and monster that comes in the green can are both zero.
0.0.
Fat, drunk, and stupid is no way to
No
go
way
through
to go
life.
to life, son.
And in a pinch, if I can't find Bang, I will do a rain.
What happened to
There's
Cole?
that new one. I can't remember what it's called now. It comes in like 7 flavors.
Quake?
It's also what?
Quake?
No.
There's an energy drink called Quake.
Yeah, they sell it at 7-Eleven. And it's always on sale. It's always like 3 for $5.
I gotta hold on. I gotta figure out because it's actually this is when I don't want to bang. My go-to is they have a sour apple one that's really good.
Is it Rain? It's not Rain?
Yeah, it's Rain. It's Rain.
Yeah, I like the melon one from Rain.
Is it R E?
Oh, the melon one from Rain's really good. I agree.
Yes. That's my go-to if I
Is
can't
it
find
R-E-I-G-N or R-A-I-N?
REIGN.
R-E-I-G-N.
REIGN. But no, the sour apple one from Rain is really good too. And the there's a lemon one that they have that tastes exactly like it tastes like lemon Pez.
Mm.
And I like lemon Pez. So yeah.
Pete, I hope I never see another chibi for the rest of my life.
I'm with you.
Well, there's 15 Arcadia Quest expansions, so.
No.
I got rid of all mine like a
Is
year
that
ago.
the biggest set?
I've painted it all once already. Well, a couple times already for patron people. But oh dear God, when you go back to it, it's like everything going in slow motion in life. Oh, this
Where
will never
Or
end.
chibi's bad to paint.
Oh, yeah, I think because you don't realize how people think they look simple, but the thing is, there's a lot of detail that you have to do, and if you don't pull it out, especially in their facial structure, because that's the part that really sells the whole figure. You're the bigger head, so you really have to be detailed with it, and
It's
My
more surface area on the face too. So you can't just do do this, little bit of wash and my face.
yeah. You've really got to concentrate because the expression is what really sells the figure.
Are you doing those contrast paints, Rob?
Nah, I'm just painting hardcore straight up. Kind of like the Bang that he's drinking.
Straight up.
Straight up. I'm not cutting it with anything.
Contrast paint. Lincoln did a set of what's the Shadow game from Games Workshop? Shadow something or the Squad game?
Shadowspire?
Yeah.
Oh, Shadespire.
Shadespire.
Yeah.
With just pure contrast paints, it came out really nice.
Yeah, the contrast, excuse me, paints are really good for certain things. Like you could do 1 million zombies with them in under an hour, almost. I mean, it's just ridiculous. But you gotta have that.
Let's get 1 million zombie figures, and we'll give Rob 1 hour to do them. I would laugh if you just bought a giant cauldron of contrast paint and just dumped them all in.
Don't you have another one of your daughter's friends to kill off? I mean, really. The problem is, though, and the thing that I think catches people off guard is to really get the contrast paint to really work well, you've got to use their paints and the spray paint, the primer.
Primer is awesome.
And it's $18-19 a can.
Yeah, I know.
Really?
I'm going through that crap faster than I can keep
Hello,
up.
you want to paint with contrast, little boy?
If you go on some of the forums, there's some people who have had fairly decent success with even like there's some guy who says, "Oh, I just use Krylon, bright white."
I tried it.
Well, the problem with the thing is that the GW stuff is way overpriced, obviously, but it's good. I mean, it isn't they're not selling you garbage for that.
You're getting results.
I mean, I used to go to what's that place with the art supplies?
Michael's.
Michael's Hobby
and
Lobby.
I would buy every single acrylic paint they had, just to see if there was a cheaper solution, and you get what you pay for.
Yeah, and it's funny how far things come. People just don't realize it that you actually had to put things together with tin cans and stuff like that for scenery. Now they have everything just built for you, and you could play a game on a 2x2, 3x3, and have this wonderful looking thing that just builds theme and just sucks you right in. The old days, it's here's a box of miniatures, kid, and you're on your own.
A piece of crap.
Grab some tester's paint, and that should be used on
oil paint.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I remember. My Warhammer store has its store anniversary this Saturday. Ral and I are going to go. They usually have a little party there. It's fun. It's good times.
Oh yeah, you were mentioning that.
Yeah. They and if you buy a certain amount, you can get an art print or something, or a backpack, or there's exclusive you can get an exclusive Space Marine figure just on that day or something like that. But I don't play 40K, so I don't really care about it. Plus, it's it's one Space Marine for $40. It's
is the party you pay for the party?
No, it's just if a Warhammer store on their store anniversary, they have every store when they're on their anniversary dime, they just do something, and they do it for all their stores.
Are they ordering from that Italian restaurant again?
Yeah. What was it last year when they opened up their 500th Warhammer store, and it was opened in
500.
It was opened in the Middle East somewhere, but when they opened up the 500th one, every single one of the stores on that day they had a special thing. You could come in and order a figure or something that was only going to be sold on that day. You could only order it on that day.
Games Workshop, you mean?
Yeah.
But they don't tell you.
They know they
don't tell you that they closed close to 500 stores.
No, they turned that company around, man.
Oh God!
Yeah, the last 4 or 5.
I mean, that's how you do it. It's a great model.
And they killed all the smaller miniature companies that were coming up.
Did they?
It was everybody was building momentum, and then all of a sudden,
they just have one of the best games.
Yeah. Well, it's the lore.
Yeah.
Their version of X-Wing with the
Battlefleet Gothic.
No. They just came out with basically.
I got it here. Imperium.
It's
Aeronautica Imperium. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's 40K but planes, and they're and all the all the miniatures are about that big, and it's literally their own version of you're just going to play fly around in planes and shoot each other's planes down, and they set a game up at the store and I played it. It's fun. Now I don't want to dive in and spend $280 getting everything, but it definitely is cool. But they do that for all kinds of stuff. They do that for all kinds of like little games like that, and then they, you always wonder if they're going to keep supporting them, right? If they're going to like keep on with the keeping on. But that game was pretty cool. So,
It is,
Aldi,
because-
are you shipping all of your games that you buy for? You're shipping them back with Fun Again, right?
Yeah, every single thing from BGG comes back through Fun Again this year. I mean, it's always been that way, except we've had 2 shipments. This year, it's probably just easier to do 1 shipment.
Yeah.
Just to avoid confusions.
Well, the fact that Fun Again's
Oh,
gonna have that
go
big
ahead.
giant room at BGCon this year is gonna be awesome.
It should be fun, yeah.
Anyway, you were saying? Sorry, Robert.
No, that's all right. Aldi, is it easier for the new convention hall? Is it easier to fly into Fort Worth, or do you go to the other airport?
It'd be easier for Love.
Love? Okay.
Yeah. Because that's close
Love,
downtown.
exciting and new.
The only problem is the only airline that comes in there is Southwest, and I think
Oh.
American has like 1 flight in there, but maybe not even anymore. And they used to have Virgin America, which was great. I flew that a few times to go
Come
to.
aboard.
They don't have a Southwest anymore, because I usually use
We're
Southwest.
expecting you.
Say the question again?
I said I usually use Southwest.
Yeah, Southwest is
In the love boat.
that's their hub.
Soon
Perfect.
we'll be making
Yeah.
the love boat.
They just redid Love, so it's real nice. It's got nice stuff.
Kyle asked, I thought Lance had a complicated relationship with his Warhammer store. I did at one time. But we got to a good place.
You
Yeah,
gave
you give them money, and
Yeah,
you
you give
just start-
And they take your money.
Yeah, we eventually.
if Warhammer stores were around when I was into it, I would probably never leave them. I would just be there all day.
Really?
I
mean, they're pretty awesome if you're into it.
mean, yeah, but I tend to like, I like being in there and just kind of chilling. I've been there sometimes for like painting and modeling days and stuff like that, and my daughter and I have gone. My son and I have gone, for that matter. But sometimes there are those peoples that are in there that like feel like they need to talk to me about their life from DNA to that point, and I just want to sit here and build zombies, and
God forbid they try to have a human connection with you, Lance.
well, yeah, well, you know what? They should get tickets for the Love Boat.
Isn't that the undead Viking?
No,
Yeah, I think so.
nobody says that.
Oh, it's Lance. Let's talk to
Not
him.
yet, Lance, right?
Yeah.
Shush.
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 Okay.
Shush.
I'm excited. Anyway,
You're always excited.
I know. Like, how can I not be? Like,
Um,
if you live your life where you don't ever get excited about anything, like, what's the fun in that? I mean, come on. You got to get excited about something. Now, people can tear you down after that, but at least I'll be excited up to that point.
Mhm.
I'm like tentatively weirded out a little bit by Essen. Like it's like I've been I'm finally getting it to go, and like, what if I'm like,
It's gonna be
this-
such a letdown for you.
It's like, oh, this sucks.
No, it's gonna be great. It's really a fun time.
It's your non-inflection to your voice.
I
It's
can't
really
eat any
telling
more
you.
Venus
One of those
schnitzel.
things that's like it's hard to it's not even like Gen Con. It's so overwhelmingly huge. You can't
Really?
take it's bigger than Gen Con. Now it's not bigger gaming. Like there's lots more gaming at Gen Con. But as far as like the sheer quantity of people exhibiting, way bigger.
Wow.
Hmm.
And you're like overwhelmed. It's like, oh god, the day is only 10 hours long and it goes in a blink of an eye. Of course, now we're in the booth, but it's still the same.
The booth.
I mean, there wasn't a lot of stuff that came out at Gen Con, and it looks like there's a ton coming out of Essen.
Man, we had a lot of games at Gen Con. We just unpacked it all this weekend.
Did you?
It took 30 people, about 6 hours
Wow.
to punch it all. I mean, it was Punch from Gen Con, but we punched it a little better, I should say. We have like a certain standard you have to punch for our stuff, because if you basically we want it so if a box falls open, no pieces scatter.
Right.
And some of those
Makes
games
sense.
actually weren't played.
But didn't the year before there were a lot more games that were coming?
From Gen Con?
Yeah, from Gen Con.
I think there were a lot more releases at Gen Con last year than there was this
Yeah,
year.
that's more or less what I'm saying.
Yeah, I want to do the opposite, but if you
A
guys
lot of
feel
stuff
like-
came out right before Gen Con this year, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. There was very few Gen Con, like, first seen at Gen Con.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Black Angel. Was it Black Angel?
That was people were killing each other for that.
Yeah. There was a fair amount of stuff that just came out, that like debuted.
Era.
Was that at Gen Con?
Yep.
Yeah.
I can go back and look.
King's Dilemma.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we finished it. There you go.
Friday we have it's called Hurricane. It actually started during a actual hurricane.
In
And that's,
Florida,
Huracan?
Hurricane. It's a wargaming convention. I usually go and film for a bit and
Yeah.
leave.
The number one hotness game on Gen Con did not get released at Gen Con. It was the Isle of Cats. And then Oceans, which I don't believe got released at Gen Con. Pipeline came out.
Pipeline came out at Origins.
Right. Artemis Project came out at Gen Con. Teotihuacan. How do you say it? Teotihuacan.
Tuticon expansion.
Expansion. Empires of the North. Cartographers. Era. Clank expansion. Endeavor expansion I don't believe came out.
It did not.
Cloudspire came out at Gen Con.
Yes,
I like that game a lot. It's really fun.
I do too. That is a phenomenal.
I wish it was a pure co-op game. That's my only wish for it.
You don't like the PvP part?
That was fine. I just want to have a weird, I don't do well with PvP.
No, either do I, to be honest with you.
yeah.
I mean, we were just trying to see what things did. There's a lot of toys in that game. It's fun. Imperial Settlement right came out. Sierra West came out. Vindication expansion came out, I think. Underwater Cities was there. That was hard to get. Watergate.
What was that there?
Machikoro Legacy. Watergate.
Yeah, because I saw Rodney had a copy of it, but I wasn't sure if it was selling there. Okay.
Reavers of Midgard. Abomination came out. You guys played Abomination yet? Have you seen it?
I saw it, but I mean, is it any good?
Lincoln likes it. It's a long game.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like several hours. Well, 3 hours, I think. Everdell expansion came out.
Mm-hmm.
Sushi Roll.
Yeah, I ended up finally getting Everdale there.
Wingspan was there. Bargain Quest.
The Villainous
Bargain Quest?
expansion.
City of Big Shoulders. It was pretty. I mean, it doesn't really feel like a lot now that I'm going through it, right? But it kind of is. I mean, I can't play all this stuff.
Maybe the hype wasn't there,
Yeah, there was no hype. There was no like number one game everyone's got to buy.
Yeah, that everybody was killing. There
Maybe
wasn't a
Black
seafall.
Angel was maybe the hottest.
Yeah.
Probably.
Probably.
Because I know they sold out the first 2 days, and then they had to rush more back.
Yeah. Did you guys have foodies for sale? I can't remember.
Yeah, Foodies, God of War, and Baratheon's starter for A Song of Ice and Fire. Foodies sold out, and Baratheon sold out. God of War did not, but we brought a ton of God of War, less of the other two.
I really like that Parks game. You guys played that?
Oh god,
No.
I love that game.
That's a real good sleeper hit. I think.
Yeah.
It's gonna be. Ishtar came out. I still haven't played it, but supposedly it's awesome. King's Dilemma.
So here's the weird thing that I've noticed this year with Spiel.
Yep.
Is of the 1,000 and something listed on BGG.
Yeah.
There are only 149 games that play in minimum an hour.
An hour plus.
For sale.
It's hard. I think that is a point right there. Actually, there are a lot of quicker games coming out these days than the longer, chunkier games.
Right, but you expected that like at Gen Con, not at Spiel. Spiel is usually the heavier Euro.
Yeah,
crap.
no, you're right.
And of that,
but still, 150 games, still a lot of games.
That is a lot of games.
Probably.
But when you go through the
A
list,
year to play all that.
but when you go through the list, a bunch of them are expansions too,
Sure.
and then a couple of them are double listed.
Right, because there's English and German. We were listing both because of the ordering thing.
So like Tapestry is there twice. Yeah, and like there's a couple of them that are there twice. Like there's stuff that the expansion for Terraforming Mars is on there twice.
Detective Club came out. Die Hard. Mega City Oceana. Set a Watch.
Set a Watch was great.
It really is.
I want to
that
check
game
out Mega
was
City Oceana.
Great.
Those guys
That game
came
is-
up to me.
Mega
Apparently,
City's awesome.
We've been talking about it so much. They sold out. I'm like, he goes because of you. I'm like, what? Yeah, you guys did a lot for us.
Yeah, I didn't even know about it. And Keith and I went over, and he goes, "Aldi really likes it." I go, "He does? All right, give me a copy."
Yeah, it's sweet. I want it. I want more. Right? Like I've already. You want more of that stuff.
Yeah.
Quirky Circle came out.
I actually played a new game. I played the GMT game, Ancient Civilizations of the Inner Sea. I played way.
That's a pretty decent game.
It is.
It is. It's a lot of fun.
And it is, even though it looks like it's going to be super like involved, yeah, the rules are actually pretty straightforward, and it's not bad. I mean, if you're looking for an actual like Civ game, that like
I'm gonna order it.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
I mean, I'm back into the Civ games again because of Tapestry.
It's there's no dice.
Right.
Nope.
It's the cards really drive the game.
Is it a card-driven game?
Yep.
Yeah.
Multiple uses and stuff. Okay.
Yep. And it's basically okay. I got 3 guys. You got 2 guys. We both lose one, or unless you play a card to, and there's a lot of strategy there because you're wondering what he has in his hands.
Is that a big part of it? The conquering?
No, you could play the whole thing without conquering, and you could still win. So
okay. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna go back to that Progress game too. Do you guys remember that one?
Yep. That was all cards.
It's sitting on my shelf for years now, and I've been holding on to it because I always wanted to play it. I'm gonna bring it back out.
And if it's your thing, the Ancient Civilizations, you can play it. It has a really good solo aspect as well. If you want to play a game solo,
Tapestry is the first game that makes me want to play solo because I want to see how because it's one of those games where you're like, I'm ready to play. Like this weekend, I played it with my group, and they're just all first timers, right? And I'm like tapping my fingers, wait, like I just want to see the game chug times, so I might have to pull it out and do a solo.
Still thinking you need another gaming group.
I'd rather play video games.
What are you playing right now, video game wise?
Borderlands 3.
I still have it in the wrapper, but my wife is going away for 10 days.
It's real good.
So I'm just going to sit there with a jar of peanut butter and just play video games. All
and
I
laugh.
can see.
It's so crude. It's so dumb. Like there's so many there's some fun stuff in there, but it's definitely got like the crude stick on it.
Well, so here is my thing. So Borderlands 2 was fun, but then it just became a grind. It was just like it was one of those things where it's like, what?
I'm getting to that point with Borderlands 3. Like I'm a little like I want to see the rest of the story, but I don't want to and I want a gun that I really love. Like I still haven't found one.
Yeah, and it's just like it became like that grind, and it was just like, oh, it's like you need to go and do this, you need to go and do that. And then like you would be like you get to like a point in the story where it's like you're gonna do the next mission, but then the things in there are just destroying you. And you're like, oh great, now I got to go and like fight these. I got to do like little tiny dumb missions that don't have anything to do with the story. I can't propel it forward, and then
the missions in Borderlands 3 are amazing, like almost better than the main story. So
well,
maybe I've never played Borderlands 2, but maybe it's different.
Well, I mean, it was like the side missions were very much like, oh, I need you to go here and collect these 5 things and come back, and it was just like and then you'd go and you'd do the whole thing and you'd come back and they'd give you a gun and you found 4 guns that were better than the one that you just got. You found 4 better guns from killing stuff on the mission.
Yeah.
Then I got always annoyed when I was like, okay, well, I got to have my gun that has acid, and I got to have my gun that has fire, and I got to have my gun that has electricity. And okay, I'm not doing any damage to this guy, so let's switch over to the gun that has this, and I need a rocket launcher for this one. Okay, I'm going to come back. I'm going to go back to my locker. You wait right here. I'll be right back. It was just
it's still like that. It's still like that, but it's fun. I don't know. I like it.
Yeah, I don't know. I just for a game like that, it needs to be over quick for me.
I guess I didn't play Borderlands 2, so I missed out on all the fun. So I'm getting the fun now with Borderlands 3, whereas people already had all. From what I understand, it's not a big jump from Borderlands 2, but the graphics.
You know what I'm looking forward to. Next Tuesday is Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday. The 1st. They're doing the enhanced versions or the updated versions of all the Baldur gates and stuff like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All of those engine games?
Everything. Baldur's Gate 1, 2.
Icewind Dale.
Icewind Dale.
Yeah, Icewind Dale. It all comes out on Tuesday.
Oh, nice. I want to look at that because
for your console as well as PC.
Maybe these days play these games, whereas I didn't when I was in the video game industry.
Well, did you see that? Did you see that they redid a Bard's Tale?
Yes. Yeah, and it had Carrie Elwes as the voice, right?
Yeah. The old Bard's Tale. What they did is they remastered them.
Oh,
so you got this trilogy. I got it for the Xbox, where you got all 3 of them. The original ones. Only it came with a map, so you don't have to sit there with graph paper like you used to. And then about 2 weeks later, they released 4.
Didn't they redo Dungeon Master as well?
No, don't tell me.
They did a modern day version of it.
I know they redid Wasteland, which was one of the best adventure games ever.
Yeah, Wasteland was fantastic.
Wasteland is good. I think I have the box. I kickstarted it. I heard Darren fixed me. Of course, it came out digitally, so I never opened those things. But no,
I've actually been playing on my.
Is that a computer version?
Yeah, it's the new version that basically they did a Kickstarter for it.
On my PlayStation, I've been playing Nuclear Throne, which is like just a kind of a roguelike. What's I'm looking for here? What's the game where you run around and you The Binding of Isaac. It's
kind of a Zelda game, Binding of Isaac.
Which one are you playing? What is the name?
Nuclear Throne.
Oh yeah, that one's great. That's probably one of the best.
It's unforgiving. It's so difficult.
Yeah.
Like if you I'll take like the frog or the fish guy, and if I don't get the right mutation, I just quit. I just like
So
I take my ball and I go home.
there's another roguelike that just came out from God, I drew the blank. Tim Schafer's company. God damn it. I'll find it.
well, if it ain't on console, I don't play it because I can't play a roguelike. Well, because I don't want to hook up a controller to my computer. And
It's called Rad.
Rad?
What do you mean hook up a controller to your computer?
is it mouse and keyboard or what?
No, yeah, you want to play with a controller.
That's I'd rather just use my PlayStation.
You know they work with PCs, right?
You know, I don't like
PlayStation?
your
Or
tone.
the Xbox controllers.
Oh,
I don't
You
want
can
to buy
buy
an Xbox.
You can buy a
controller,
wireless Xbox controller and hook it to your PC.
but I don't.
you know
wanna
the
do
problem is I have my PC out here, and I have a Surface
On the big
Book
screen TV.
too. But you know,
that. Rad, like
Rad.
like
RAD.
RAD.
It's set in the 80s. It's an 80s themed roguelike. It's pretty neat. You have mutations.
Come on,
Pretty fun. It's hard.
Rad 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 video game. Only 7 out of 10 on. Sorry.
What do you only play? 8 and above? 9 and above?
only 7 out of 10.
So only 7 out of 10. I only play 7.2 or above.
This is the fear. Like, this is the fear of game people now, right? Like, the fucking Metacritic, man. Like, if he gets a kiss of death to have anything less than an 8.
Yeah.
Well, there's too much out
Oh,
there.
the Metacritic is horrible.
I don't have.
video games.
When I
Just like
well,
Board Game Geek is how people judge board games.
really,
That's
I-
shitty
The
site.
scores are tough, man.
I don't have time to play games that are less than 9s.
Well, you're gonna miss good games then.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna miss good games. Yeah.
Did you download that Morta game I told you to download?
No. What game? I had to
Uh,
buy stuff, man. I don't have money like you.
Oh boy, here we go.
Yeah, he spends it all at the GW store.
Yeah.
All right, this looks kind of neat.
the Children of
Oh, it's
Men.
only got mostly positive reviews.
Which one? Rad or Morta? Children of Morta.
The Children of Morta.
What are you playing these days, Pete? Did you get through Spider-Man? Did you make it? Did you finish Spider-Man?
Yeah, I did.
That game is so good. I went back to it a little bit to play the.
I
DLC.
haven't finished all the DLC
The
yet, but I
DLC is
played
real
through the
good.
main.
Yeah, you should play it. It's fun.
Mhm. Spider-Man was good. Playing Pathfinder Kingmaker.
Yeah.
That's really
Yeah,
it.
you know, you're right. You told me about that, and I never got to it.
Kingmaker's a good game. I just haven't had any time to play PC games
I
lately.
played it for like a couple hours and got a little into it, and then I'm like, I want a new character.
Mm.
Oh, now I gotta play another 2 hours to go back.
I went back to 7 days for a little bit too, waiting for.
Oh, the
two
survival
things.
game.
Yeah.
I
That
could
game-
never get that game, like the loop.
What game?
Too hard for me. 7 days.
Oh, it's brutal, but I think that's the thing I really enjoy about it.
7 days?
Yes.
7 days to die.
7 days to die. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
I played it for 1 hour, Rob.
That was it.
That's it.
Had enough.
Yeah, Steam
I'm done.
remembers how long you play something.
So here, I got a question.
Die like 10 times.
This is actually board game related.
What?
What?
Yeah. So I was talking to somebody. I was working on a fulfillment quote for them. I'm not going to say the name of the company or anything like that. It's just going to be completely a generic or whatever. So we were going through, and like they were saying that I really hope to get the game to come in under X weight, but it's going to end up weighing more than that. I'm like working with my manufacturer to come up with ways to skim weight and trying to figure out ways to get it under a certain amount, because I quoted well, I was given a quote of X for shipping, but there's no way, and that's why he was talking to me, because we were trying to figure out a way to save him some money on shipping. And he said, but it's going to end up costing me X, and X was like almost $5 more per game.
Ouch.
And it was, it's something that's thousands of backers, thousands upon thousands.
It's gonna be like 10, 20 G's.
Yeah,
more.
So he was like, so I'm stuck in a situation where he said, do I go to my backers and say, I'm going to need, even like $3 more, $2 more, for this, or do I just eat the cost and just use it as a learning situation and move forward? So I'll tell you what I said. And I said, well, this is my opinion. I said, and this is just because I've been on the other side of the coin. I said, the people that really want your game they're not gonna. They've already given you a lot of money for this game,
and their souls.
So if you come up to them and just say, and you just say, this is the situation we're in, and for me to be able to ship this because of all like the extra stuff because it was the Kickstarter was extremely successful and did really well. Then because of all the extra stuff we put in, now the game weighs more than we thought, and it's going to be even more awesome than it was. So then I'm going to need going in the pledge manager. It's like the shipping's going to be like $5 more or something like that. And I said, yeah, you'll catch some heat, but the vast majority of people will just pay it. Or even the people that you'll catch heat from will still pay it. Because at this point, they've already given you well over $100. What's $5 more at that point?
And there's the thread for BGG.
Well, yeah, I mean, and you'll catch it, but I mean, it'll be the people that and maybe those people will cancel their pledge, right? Maybe they'll say, give me a refund. But I think the vast majority of people will just pay the extra, and
it's $5 and it's in the pledge manager, then no problem.
Yeah,
most won't even. I honestly forget if I was charged shipping during the campaign. There's no way I'm going to go check it. I'm sure someone will check it, but I think if you're just honest and be like $5 more,
especially when they're like, "Hey, look, we're actually adding like all of this stuff." Forrest, you're on right now, so just be careful. Don't say anything naughty.
All right, I better stop baiting.
Yeah. What? No. But anyway, so I would I obviously you are on the on the side of just hey, be honest, explain what happened.
Yeah, don't try to hide it, for sure.
What about the rest of you?
Be honest. Yeah, because if that comes back and they find out that you weren't truthful, like.
Well, no. Do you charge the extra $5 or do you take it on the chin and just have the money come out of your pocket?
I think it really depends on the company. If it's a company that plans on doing multiple Kickstarters and building a community to support them, then you eat the cost.
What if they already have? What if they already have a community?
Then you can probably get the upcharge at that point because you've already got a loyal fan base that'll defend you. But if you're trying to build something and you do that, the flack could end up rolling. It could end up steamrolling you.
Mm-hmm.
So what if you're a smaller company and can't really?
If you're going to eat it, you should let the backers know, hey, the game is going to cost this much. We may, we're going to go ahead and eat the cost because we don't want to be that company. And then you'll probably even gain more loyalty from people that admire the honesty, but yet still are willing to eat the cost in order to pass the savings on to the customer. it could actually work as a good marketing tool. Just lump that extra shipping into marketing costs, because you'll get a lot of traction from people that'll share that story and talk about that story in the wave of negativity that would have come out of that had they just tried to get that extra $3.
Is the game late?
No.
Lance.
I agree completely with what Pete said. I think I agree completely.
Yeah, it's amazing what happens if you tell the customer when to expect something, Forrest.
What?
It's amazing when you tell the customer when to expect something, and that it will be fulfilled at a certain time.
That's my bad.
Why do I feel like there's another story
instead of taking all the money and blowing it on all the reefer that you did.
What blowing money? What are you talking about? No, I just he was getting a little bit antsy about it because that's my bad.
No, it's okay.
Here's the other question: is why did they charge shipping ahead of time before knowing what it was going to cost?
Ooh.
That is a very good question.
That's the question these days. It's like no one charges shipping now ahead of time.
Everyone does it in the Pledge Manager, unless
because why take the risk?
Unless they've already predetermined what the game is going to be like they know the game is going to max out stretch goals, so they can get all that stuff logistically done ahead of time.
And you need more cash flow.
Yeah, you need more cash flow.
Maybe it would be an optional buy-in, right? Like depending on what Kickstarter backer kick it or whatever he uses or they use, put in an optional $5. Like, hey, we miscalculated. Here's a heartthrob item, or whatever they're calling it. Like a donation.
Like a poster of Lance from 1991.
That would be sweet.
I'd pay $5 for
that. That is a heartthrob thing if ever I saw one.
Did you guys see the pictures of Ignacy today on Twitter?
No.
They're wonderful. They're wonderful. He posted them up today. I didn't know him back then. They're really
Ignacy Trevicek, Twitter.
When Stronghold first came out, the original version.
Oh man,
at this point,
a long time ago.
It is. It's not that long ago, but it's like, it looks a little different.
Yeah, looks a little bit like John Oliver.
Yeah, totally.
There.
Yeah.
Oh, I was listening to you earlier talk about solo gaming and Tapestry, and anybody interested in solo gaming, Time of Legends Destinies is amazing.
That's the game.
It is the best solo game I've ever played, and I only played one of the 5 scenarios. Like the app integration with the board game is insane. Like you can teach the game in probably 5 minutes, and then it's a 2.5 hour game. The app does everything else. And it's just a big choose your own adventure. Easy to set up, easy to tear down. Like, it's gonna be huge. It is so good.
I just backed it.
So, Aldo, you never played Nemo's War?
No. No. I'm a really bad solo gamer. I don't think I'm ADD, but I think when I do things like that, I turn into that where I can't focus on it. I just if it's not a video game, I just not interested. Like I don't want to set it up and sit there at the table and move pieces around, and
I tell you what,
it was weird for me.
I'm in the same boat. I'm in the same boat. Most of the time when I do solo games, it's for reviews.
To get the rules down, the
reviews, or to comment on the solo experience. I don't after I'm done with it, I don't seek out solo games. I think this one could change that. Like it is an interactive choose your own adventure novel, and it feels so good.
Yeah, why can't that just be a video game then? Because it's got the card scanning thing, right?
It does. It could, but
hold on. Before you put that away, Rob, what is that?
That is from a Kickstarter that is coming. Hold on. Coming up October 8th. It is Oathsworn.
Oh, you got a copy of it?
No, they gave me while they were here. The guy left me a couple of figures that he wanted me to paint, and I'm going to do it on BGG probably in 2 weeks, right around the 8th. I think we're going to do it on the day that it releases. So we're going to paint. He gave me a couple of heroes and this.
Can we go into Rob's screen? Can we make that big screen?
If Lance were paying attention.
What now? What am I doing? What's that?
There it is. Gracious host.
I mean, just
Cool.
this is the actual size of the villains.
Whoa.
And
Wow.
the game is tremendous.
Wow.
Let me show you a couple of the things that I have here. You have an option to buy the trees.
I saw the trees at Gen Con.
Yeah.
Those things are wicked.
I mean, there's more pieces that go into that. So let me just leave that there. And
Is that Kickstarter, or is it already Kickstarted?
it's going live on October 8th.
It's like big boss battles. It looks awesome.
Yeah.
There's a lot to it. It's very.
It's just boss battles. No.
It's not just boss battles. Ugh.
Is that a character? Or is that
Yeah, this is like a bear warrior, and I was just like, yeah, that's my dude right there.
That was awesome.
Yeah,
I like big
Just-
mini games.
yeah, it's going to be fantastic. Here, I'll show you some of the cards. You could be like a ranger.
Got 4 stats.
Yeah,
Yes,
4 stats, baby.
move, defense, and hit points.
Oh, that's only 3.
That's 3. Got a
Doesn't have attack?
warning.
Oh,
here.
attack. Oh, attack.
Of course, you have attack. It has this very if you're an old game shop person who misses the old world, it has that feel to it. And God, I miss the old world. There's a priest. Here's the witch. She's like, "What? I'm on the Alaboom." Here's the bear dude.
Oh yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, man, that's my boy. So, but these guys were fantastic at Gen Con. I caught it on the last day. I went over and I went, "Oh, what's this?" And then I went, "Oh, okay."
Every time I walk,
Hello.
I said, "Hello."
it was just Bob there. I couldn't get in.
Oh yeah, and I ended up just watching him play it, and I was just like, "Wow, this is something else." It has like this mechanism that when you use an ability, it goes into a spot and it pushes all the other abilities, so you can get them back into your hand. So there's like this whole thing going on, and it's just
Like
fantastic.
a cooldown.
Joel was asking, actually, in the audience, what am I painting? I am actually painting Arcadia Quest. I painted 4 games today. 4 games today. I painted Unmatched. I'm almost done with Arcadia Quest. Tomorrow, I think I'll be done with it. I'm painting Arcadia Quest for something. Pete, are you still here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, I think you explained it the best. It's for a show, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There you
we're
Oh, that show.
yeah, we're gonna have a couple of our games featured on a show, and we sent them down to Rob to paint them up. He's gonna paint them up and send them back to us, and the show tapes soon. And then I don't have information on it yet because I don't know what we are and are not allowed to talk about. But it'll be a show that'll be airing later on down the road, and once I have information, I'll be sure to pass it along so you'll be able to see his games up close and personal.
That's why I let you handle it, Pete, because there was no way I'd probably.
Yeah,
trip over
it's all
something.
good.
Pete, can
But-
you say anything about like what size? Are we talking YouTube big, or are we talking bigger than YouTube? Could you
That's an
answer
interesting.
that question?
I don't think so.
No,
Okay, just thought I'd ask.
But
Just curious.
I was given like this certain amount of time, and of course, what happens? when they go to ship it down to me.
It gets delayed by a day or two. Yeah. So instead of getting there Friday, it got there Tuesday?
Yeah, I got there like Tuesday. I'm like, oh God, come on. But once I got going, game over. And then what else? I was painting some Rumble Slam.
I like Rumble Slam.
Oh God! Now that they added the ref
I
rules,
wanted to buy that actually. I think I backed that, right? Wasn't that a Kickstarter?
Yeah, I think so.
was it a Kickstarter?
Yeah, originally was. Yeah, I missed the Kickstarter. I bought a bunch of junk at Origins this year and painted it up, and I bought a few more blisters after Origins online.
There's some great stuff for this thing. I mean, this is just a laugh riot. And now that they added the ref rules, it's really something else. It's a couple of the bigger dudes from Rumble Slam. I mean, look at that guy. He's just saying, "Yeah, let's get it on." And then you got, the tag team here, the Orcs against, things are not going to go well. But just
Looks like Jack Swagger.
yeah, it's painted that way. And I got a whole bunch of more factions and stuff like that. And I'm going to put the ring together live. Because it's a little difficult, but I actually bought these really cool stencils that I can put in the center of the ring and paint the design that I have in mind. And then I'm going to run a league and just have a good time with it. That is for sure.
That's
So,
for sure.
what else did I paint?
Couldn't tell you.
Those three. No, I was just thinking of the three things I paint. Oh, and I finished the other two factions for Judge Dredd. So it's been a day of painting.
You played that Judge Dredd game yet?
Yeah, it's Wildlands.
Wildlands.
If you like Wildlands,
I haven't played it.
Is it compatible?
Yeah.
Oh.
There's going to be rules when it comes out that you can interchange the two things, and
That's awesome.
oh God, that game is so good. That game is so good.
Is it?
I actually play it by myself, and I enjoy it.
Are there new factions in the Judge Dredd, or is it straight retheme?
No, there's new. No, it's a retheme. I'll actually show you since it's still stuck on me. So you get Judge Dredd, you get the Dante, the Slain, and the dogs.
I gotta reach out to them about that one. I love the original.
I don't even think they know who you are, so I wouldn't worry about it. Wait for it to come retail.
I have reviewed many an Osprey game, kind sir.
Oh wow! And here I thought I was special. I guess they'll give anything to anybody. Well, there goes my career. There goes my career.
Some more. I got a question for you guys. WizKids, is WizKids considered a big company?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought because of HeroClix. Correct? That's their main bread and butter?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Dice Masters, HeroClix.
Okay.
Yeah, that's D&D.
Oh yeah, that too. I guess it's pretty big.
Yeah, pretty big. They do all the D&D miniatures and Pathfinder miniatures and stuff. Yeah, they're pretty huge.
Lance, you're stuck on Rob. You're fixed.
Yeah.
Well,
No.
No, that's better.
nah. Everybody's funny.
Now you funny too.
Now you funny too. Thank you. Good one.
Did you guys see they're redoing Side Reel Confluence?
Why?
Yeah.
To
With Quantry art.
look like shit.
No, the game's only like a year and a half old. Why are they redoing it already?
I don't know, but it's going to be a topic on my news show because it's low-hanging fruit. It's part of their new plan to not make games that look like shit. I always wanted to play that one. I remember, Lance, weren't you the one who talked it up like big?
Yeah, it's
like trading?
really, really fun.
Yeah, that's on my list to try. Hopefully, it'll-
Yeah, the art. If it's all Quancha art, I would play it.
I'm trying to find where I saw the news article. I think it was on Reddit. Maybe it looked really good.
That would be the BGG Twitter, sir.
Oh, wait! You guys have news on BGG Twitter?
Yeah, we have news. Yeah, it's like
What? That's gonna be so much easier because, like, I like to check the news on the Board Game Geek, but a lot of it's just like designer diaries and stuff, which not what I'm looking for. Nice,
Rob, you're back.
That's awesome to find out.
I was telling everybody good night. I'm all painted out.
Yeah, I need to get to bed too. It's almost
Yeah, I
1
gotta get to
o'clock
bed.
here.
I gotta get up at 4.
I had
To the gym.
Yeah, I hate to be lame, but I'm like super butt tired myself. So
Man, Lance is
after a bang.
Well, you look like a butt, so it makes sense.
He does.
Yeah, I've got to match your face and my butt.
Mr. Aldi,
Wrap it up.
I will
Yeah.
talk to you soon, my friend.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right?
Scott, I got to talk to you after this as well. After we kick everybody else out.
I got a quick question to Scott too.
I'm in a
Oh,
big,
jeez, everybody wants to talk to Scott. He's
Scott,
my
I'd
friend.
like to
I will
actually
sign
ask
off
your
like
advice
this.
about some insurance issues I'm having.
Yeah.
Scott's
Pete,
the
I'll
belle
talk
of
to you
the ball
tomorrow.
tonight.
Yeah.
2 minutes and 10 seconds left on your 15-minute timer.
well, you guys got 2 minutes and 10 seconds. So
So Aldi, there's this
Forrest,
board
I'll
I've got
figure
that-
that out by Monday.
Yeah, and I'm sorry to bug
Oh,
you.
yeah.
It's just
Oh no, it's fine. I just when I say something, I always stick to it. So
he was just like more like along what games this because I guess
well, the thing is, Starcadia Quest doesn't come out for a while.
I don't know anything about.
Well, that was the list that you gave me: Black Plague and Starcadia Quest, and Kingdom Death Monster. Which no, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't know Starcadia Quest wasn't out yet.
Arcadia.
No,
Pete,
but
That doesn't fulfill for a couple months still.
Yeah, so it's got a couple months. If he wants to wait for that, that's fine. Or it's pretty much down to Black Plague.
okay. Can I tell him that it'll be Black?
Yeah,
You're interested
well, tell him he can wait for Starcadia Quest, or I'll do Black Plague starting at the end of the month.
Amazing, thank you, and then hopefully he will get off my back.
Yeah, well, we told him I wasn't even going to look at anything until October.
Well, I found
At the
out
end of
why he
October.
was so annoyed, actually. So apparently he's a little bit like Aldi, where he backs everything on Kickstarter. And so the big part of the pledge level is all the publishers, they send you games, right? So
Right.
he got a whole bunch of games. And he was under the impression he hadn't got any games, but he had just ordered them and forgot about them. So he thought I had sent him nothing when he's like, oh, yeah, I was wondering why I got 2 copies of this and why I got this. So he thought because he backed the big pledge level and he backed the painting one. He thought he paid for that and had gotten nothing so far except for the BGG gift card. And he actually got kind of shitty with me. He's like, I didn't pay this much just for a BGG gift card. And I was like, what?
I was the only one he thought that got something.
Wow.
Yeah, so- 'cause he
Would
didn't
you
realize
value in that gift
gave
card?
I did those earlier this week, by the way.
Oh, I appreciate that. They did want to know how much is it for. They were curious. 'Cause
Oh,
I didn't know if there was an easy way for them to check it.
I can text you that. Hold on.
Okay.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Good
I
night,
will talk to you
everybody.
soon. Hey, Lance, I'll talk to you. I'll give you a call tomorrow. All right, pal?
You betcha.
Good night, everybody.
Hi, Rob.
man.
All right, good night, everybody. Sorry it was an early boom, but I got like 4 hours of sleep last night, and I'm running on fumes. So there you go. And now we're gonna cancel this, and then we're all gonna have our secret conversations with Aldi, I guess.
I already had my secret conversation with Aldi.
All right, well then, see you later.
Did you get the answer? You see the answer?
Oh,
It's in the chat.
Good. Oh, I'm looking at the live comments. Oh, wow. Okay, awesome. Thank you so much, man.
You should be able to get some stuff with that.
Yeah, no joke. Much appreciated.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, what's Cheech gonna pick up?
What?
I wonder.
I didn't get one, and I did. I made the most of mine. My kids got Giant Rhino Hero.
Oh, so yeah.
We have played the shit out of that.
We got a new order of those coming in.
Nice.
Import.
I will have to let my channel know about that when they come up.
All right. Good night, everyone.
Night.
Bye-bye.